good times.
And I also, I have been on the Faye hype train.
Faye he's the PL player to watch in my eyes.
Yeah.
And TV.
I need to take some time to look at that guy's farming patterns, because that man finds gold everywhere.
He's like a European Silent, right? It's just like, no matter what you do to him, he'll always get it.
Yeah. Or Raven, for example.
Yeah.
I was very sad to hear that Raven got eliminated this afternoon. That's my boy.
But we've reached that point, Kips. The point of sorrow and sadness in the eyes and voices of our competitors is they start to crash and burn or fly like eagles. And of course, we've already had TFT make it through yesterday for the EU.
Oh, yeah.
And we need one more to join them. But the question is, like we said, MangoBay and Liquid, I think these two teams are a lot more even than people give them credit for.
Yeah, like a lot of people have been disappointed in Liquid, but it is very hard to play with a stand-in and very hard to keep that energy up after the brutal last year that they've had.
But I also hate that way of thinking, right? It's fair. It's like, Liquid, you could argue they haven't been performing like the Liquid we've seen. These aren't the TI champions that we remember.
This isn't.
But you have to give credit to MangoBay as well. They have been the rate of improvement from the start when we watched them in the open qualifiers for the major to now. You wouldn't think we don't usually see teams accelerate at this rate.
Right? They are looking confident. They found their style. They know what they want to do. And Liquid only started winning when they made the decision to shift Groki back to the support role and put RMN in core roles instead. And that's brand new. We're gonna see if that holds up or not.
Oh, I won't lie. I do miss myself some Kuro carry. I mean, he's always been my favorite style of carry. I just want to bludgeon you over the face with something. I just want to fight. And I can get behind that, all right? I'm not the biggest fan of, your 30-minute farming juggernaut who comes out and has one fight and wins the game. I want to see visceral action. I guess I've been exposed to much CIS action over the last few months.
Or the Europe style CIS.
It's changed me, Kips. It's changed me. All right, well, the draft is actually already underway, and they were speedy. I just looked, I saw an IO ban, I was like, all right, let's take a minute. They've already got an Earthshaker picked on the side of Liquid.
And I have my new sorting system. I might actually like this more than the...
Well, you got an overarching view.
Yeah, I can just look down. This is my favorite shelf over here. You might be surprised to see Juggernaut there, but after what happened in NA yesterday, I gotta put him there. Easy reach, over the favorites, the lesser picked heroes, and then we have over on the side I'll go over there to pick up Terrorblades sometimes.
We did break a few of the hit. Well, I say we, it wasn't us. It was, I'm not sure. It happened when Owen and Gods were casting. I don't think it was them. I think it was the Spirit of the Panda.
I mean, it might have just been like someone stamping the floor, like, the energy of the plays, and
all right, that'll be Owen then.
Everything comes out. Yeah.
You got to keep in mind, we've done a cast. Last time we had done a cast, we almost broke the casting desk because we both shoved it forward. Wow, I lie. That was all me. I'm sorry, Owen. I had to implicate you. All right, I need a scapegoat. But I'm gonna go with the panda. It was the panda. It's probably lurking around here somewhere. The head's been missing actually since for a day now, so I don't know what happened to him.
And are you missing your friend?
Part of my friend. We only ever found the head.
Anyway. We've got the Earthshaker for Team Liquid. I presume he's going to be on the offlane, as usual. And the Silencer immediately has an answer who, in a laning phase, if people go aggressive on you, obviously there won't be that much to do for you as a poor Silencer. But he is going to be able to immediately counter the Earthshaker in the sense that you can't ever get that Echo Slam off if the Silencer doesn't let you.
Well, that's kind of, Silence is more or less the cookie cutter support right now. It's just an immediate frustration. It makes you have to change the way you approach your fighting. You do often see teams just poke around and look for the silence from the back foot first before they can open up the entire fight. But yeah, the axe pick is nice in conjunction with that, right? Double slow, so you can just run into their face and smash into them. And that's the perfect way to run a silencer. He doesn't function well as a defensive support.
Yeah, once they start running at you, you have no recourse. So let's see if Team Liquid's gonna pick up a core here right now. I'm wondering, because they have been slapping down the Phantom Lancer early, right? As we saw in the previous series.
Most teams have. They're feeling pretty. You remember the good old days where it was like, well, PL, we can't pick that. We'll get counted by an Earthshaker. Nowadays, I was like, let's go.
It's Dark Willow.
let's go to the Dark Willow. Dark Willow is a very popular support at the moment. It's pretty flexible, does a lot of damage, and there's not many supports that can go straight to level 6 and then instantly say, I can go kill their core.
I'm putting Willow on the safe lane for now, but we might see a core Earthshaker.
You know what? I'm all for some core shaker. You know, this would be the scenario. Yesterday we had Cube try and rush an Ags before even getting a blink. It didn't quite work out. But if you're a core shaker, you get a lot more gold. You can potentially do that, and it's not the worst thing to do. You know, like I personally am a big fan of just you get your boots, you get a soul ring, you say, screw it, guys, I'm going to be useless to you for 20 minutes. But when I am there, I am going to cause pure anarchy.
You're such a core player. Like,
is there a problem with... I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is me judging here.
Yes, the port's on the high ground because that's where they have to stay because they can't tank a gank.
What I like to see from that Earthshaker is shadowing his cores and waiting for that perfect counter-initiation opportunity. And making it extremely hard for the enemy to hunt down your heroes because you never know when you're going to get that Echo Slam into your face.
I like to see an Earthshaker play a bit like an Enigma. He won't tell you when he's going to black hole until he's already started it. So you know, you just scream, I'm initiating as you Echo Slam, and your team better respond quick enough.
Oh, we're going to have to see if Liquid's fresh team chemistry holds up to that. And they actually ban out the PL themselves.
Interesting.
They do not want to deal with that. Ursa on the side of MangoBay, which is one of those flexible side laners. So both the Weaver and the Ursa are out right now.
I'm wondering the focus for the Ursa, mainly because Axe just gets pummeled to death.
Yeah.
Would be the reasoning. We could actually see, as a result, there's a troll coming out. I'm thinking for Team Liquid it wouldn't be a bad pick right now. You've got the means to catch and run people down.
And he doesn't care much about Silencer.
I mean, the Axe is a bit problematic, but at the same... Good luck dunking me when you're perma-stunned. And it has obviously, like, I'm thinking because it has been a more regularly picked up here at the moment. It seems to be having a resurgence, the troll, which I'm not sure how I feel about. It's not the sniper troll meta, so that's good. I
really like the troll Magnus combination that we've...
Oh, that's true.
That was a very smooth game. That was in NA, wasn't it?
That was... Yes, that was indeed. That was team.
Team.
I think.
Not to be confused with
Team, who lost yesterday. They have another chance later today to try and make it to this this event.
Spectre ban. So, does that mean...
if you get rid of the spec and the PL's out, the most obvious pick for either side right now is to snatch a Terrorblade.
Yeah. I'm already...
You're already eyeing it up. You're like, I know where he's...
I know where that man's at.
I feel like...
That might be a bait, right?
Do you think if we keep seeing TB get picked up?
Because this is the fast move.
Right, yeah. Okay, we reached the bid and war, guys. They're going down. Not they're going to lose weight. They're down on the bid. They believe they can end quicker on the side of MangoBay right now.
Yeah. We should like explain that a little bit because I've seen some questions in Twitch chat like what is Pigeon on about with the higher lower thing? It's not actually his thing, it's my thing.
I stole it.
10 seconds remaining.
He steals all my good stuff. Anyway,
Stay on top.
It's about whether or not a team thinks that they can hit that peak earlier, and the bidding starts during the draft. So Pugna is like, we're gonna take your towers. We have low CDs. We're gonna be extremely irrelevant until the BKBs come out, and up until that point, we are going to be setting the tempo. So it's a low bid, and Liquid's gonna say, all right, are we gonna go match that? Are we gonna go under? Are we gonna go over? And usually, last big team's gonna end up with over. Like we're gonna win in the end. First big team is going to go under. We counter your cores in lane, and then we end.
It's kind of interesting as well because this is different to what we used to see a few months ago. I used to call it the flip pick. The third pick was typically the flip pick, and that's one hell of one.
Well, that is...
And, well, to lead on to it, this is where it gets interesting because teams have different focuses, and they're both right, but there's usually a priority. Now, it's less so these days that people focus too much on counter picking. They've learned it doesn't work as well as it used to. But it used to be that the third pick was a flip pick, and at that stage, one team said, now they have to respond to me.
Yeah.
And then they tried to keep the lead. It was the race. But it's kind of moved more towards this timing now. Like, people realize, hold on a sec, drafts aren't this linear. And that's the beauty of Dota, guys. Every time you think you figured it out, you found the deepest layer of complexity, EE joins the team and it gets more complex.
Well, it's a circle, isn't it? After a while, when it has been established that something is the right way to do things, it means that everyone's doing the same thing and you can get advantage by doing something else, even if it's technically less efficient. So you got to keep an eye on what's happening in order to stay ahead, or like maybe stay on the wave while it's going. Anyway, the Drow they have 2 great defensive supports already. I really like this with, I would say that I'd want a bit more of a tank in front of her, but the Willow is amazing at shutting down initiations onto that Drow. Earthshaker, counter initiation, I've said it before, brilliant.
It also can set up kills. I mean, you have to give a little bit of credit to the Frost Arrows, because Drow, people think you have to wait till stick.
And there is the gap close.
All right, so Bloodseeker being picked up. MangoBay, they are just lowering the time at which they need to end this game. They've got good push power with the Pugna. They've got a lot of gank potential and snowball out of control effect from the Bloodseeker in the mid game. And they have strong initiation with counter initiation from the Silencer.
I'm gonna move
10 seconds remaining.
Pugna to mid for now.
5 seconds remaining.
So I noticed this. You call Pugna Pugna. And
Pugna.
I've spent a lot of time with Liz. He calls Huskar Huska. Are you on that bandwagon, or is it Huskar?
No, Huskar.
It's Huskar.
Huskar.
Okay.
Definitely.
He says many adorable things, that man.
Do you miss him? Should I go?
No, I am enjoying you here, Kips. All right? I'm not sure about the Tide. Chat was saying that Owen had done some things to Tide. There is a hole here in Tide, actually, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe stay away from that. Careful.
He
Wash
looks
your
a little bit
hands.
passive-aggressive. He looks like he's a little bit angry about something.
So, we've got the Bloodseeker, we have the gap close, and we have a lot of sustain in lane as well. Fast hero, low CDs, hard to engage into because you know you're going to get that AoE silence on your head. And Visage.
He says it
visage.
correctly. No, okay.
Visage.
Okay, everyone keeps telling me it's Visage, right? But I'm willing, you know, if you'll back me up, Kips, it's going to be Visage. Because yes, in the game he does say Visage, but guess what? This is like the Aegis argument. Do you want to get into that one? Or have you just accepted that I say Aegis and you might say Aegis?
10 seconds.
You know, if you want to go by Red Alert 2 standards, there's Aegis. There's loads.
This is one of those heroes that Pugna can't do anything against. You're just going to get run down. You decrep yourself, he's just going to stun you with his birds.
But there's a bigger issue here. It's the drown of Visage together, right? Like this is Team Liquid. They were angry because you remember that game? Yeah, NIP. They stomped them 14 minutes in with that drown and Visage.
That was painful.
So this is Team Liquid going. All right, this is how it works. If we get beaten with summon, all right, we've got to work down the chain. Mango, it's your turn.
That was a very
Get
surprising
pummeled.
necro ban there, by the way, because you'd think that if you have the Pugna on board, you wouldn't be afraid to just let that one go through.
Well, with the Bloodseeker, the amplified damage, it's an easy scythe target, right? That would be my thought process. Is like when you look at the lineup right now, MangoBay have to be careful between the Decrepify and the Bloodseeker giving you amped up damage. There's a big risk that Team Liquid just take a huge nuker as a final pick.
Yeah, and I think that that's the way, because they have so much physical damage ready right now. They have the defensive supports, and nearly all of the flex laners for that off lane here with the Earthshaker are already gone. And we have seen so many Earthshaker necro lanes. It's brutal to be pressed up against that barrier with the necrophos running you down. So I guess I get it. And then Broodmother from the other side, which is of course like always a threat against this super single target right click lineups.
Ooh. Venoman's the cover. I can get behind some Veno.
Yeah. Tanky, hard to engage in on. This is a very complete lineup. They are lacking a little bit in like the direct disables. Like if that Earthshaker is near, forget about engaging into this. These people are going to set up, they're going to take your towers, and MangoBay might actually need to trade instead of looking to defend.
I mean,
it's going to be all about who can make the tempo first and who can hold it.
Yeah, I'm really worried with Liquid's defensive capabilities, and they do need to buy some time because while Visage is a powerhouse once it reaches 6, Venomancer kind of has this issue where he just wants to coexist until 12. Because, of course, level 1 Poison Nova, it's a little tickle. Level 2 Poison Nova, everyone is just dying because the vaccines ran out in the neighborhood.
You may now select your hero.
While Big Ultimus in return, Enigma on one side and an Earthshaker on the other. Right, you got your mini RP from the Axe and you got your big black hole.
So does it mean that we are running a support Pugna again?
I am gonna harbor a guess and say this might be an Enigma support.
An Enigma support.
Well, you can harass out the Drow pretty well with the Eidolons. Right, you can run an Enigma support if you think you need to be, like if you're feeling a little bit greedy and you're against ranged heroes.
So you're putting them.
That's going to be my theory. I mean, with the axe as well, you put the Battle Hunger out and you force them out.
Are we seeing a support axe again? Are we following EE-sama?
I would hope MangoBay were busy sleeping, getting rest of this game, and not watching what Eternal Envy does.
I mean, you might have wanted to watch that. That was absolutely great. The Battle Hunger spam worked out so well in the laning phase.
Yeah, but I wouldn't suggest you try it before trying it. Practice it in your scrims first, folks. All right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have scrims, you might want to get some.
So, what do you say?
What am I? Oh yeah, we go. It's a Drow Visage. I can't go against that. I'm sorry, MangoBay, but game 1, I'm gonna say Team Liquid will take it.
Like I made the mistake yesterday of picking the bit more risky options and tilting. I mostly just want to catch up to Owen today. I'm gonna go with you as well. This looks like a very solid lineup, easy to execute. They always have the turnaround potential, and of course the same goes for MangoBay, but I see a little bit less coherence over on that side, so I'm going to give it to the team with ease of execution. It's going to be Liquid for me as well.
Yeah, I really appreciate the Liquid didn't really give. It's not that you ignored your opponent's draft, but it's like they had a clear idea what they want to do. When they got to that third pick, the Drow and then the Visage, it wasn't about worrying about what MangoBay picked. It was about completing their draft, which is like it's another tick.
So let's see. We have Garter on the Pugna mid. Bone 7 offlane Enigma, so that is a cube 4 position axe.
Alright, so they're not feeling as bold as Envy with the POS 5, but it will be a POS 4 axe. This should be interesting here.
And I want to note here as well that because of all the bans on the big heroes, we are going to be looking at Faye on a much faster hero than normally, which is the Bloodseeker. Oh, and he's going to be taking it mid.
Figuratively and literally with Bloodseeker, of course, and this is surprising. Yeah, Faye playing a hero that doesn't have illusions. Maybe we'll find a few runes.
He has been he's got a talent for finding those DDs.
Yeah, DDs is a speciality. I don't think we ever had anyone that finds a lot of illusions. Maybe Cube would be a good choice here. Of course, Axe, one of the strongest for getting early illusion runes.
A miracle on the Drow. So I was looking to see who Armen is going to play, and he's on the Visage on top lane.
Come on, Scruff. Find me the good ones. Well, come on. What you got for me? Quick buys? I don't need those. The breaks that? No. Give me in wise insight. I need to hit my analyst with some smart words. Remember to stand up and stretch between matches. I'm doing that right now. All right.
I've been doing my stretches as well.
I'm doing jogs around the table. I'm surprised I haven't tripped over myself.
Always do your stretches, guys. It's not going to make a difference, like in that moment, maybe, but it is going to make a difference in the long term.
It's a bit hard to stay polite, right, Scruff? We done those games the other night, and you were actually full on flaming me. Right? Polite. Oh, sorry. He did say kindly. Screw you. That was more or less. So Scruff was being polite about it. That's fine.
I'm gonna have to sometimes you can get a little bit overbearing. You need someone to push you back from time to time.
Well, we'll just wait on this pause. Come back to us. Scruff's going to keep trying to find wise words for us, I'm sure.
Always be polite. I'm not so sure. Sometimes, like I was saying before, this man over here sometimes needs a little reminder that, he's the only person in the world. And you gotta shock him a little bit. You gotta push him out of their comfort zone. Oh, we actually have a game again. You're getting off easy here, man. I'm not
going to speak because apparently, you want to.
I got this.
I'm acknowledging your existence. You are now going to be doing a solo cast. Show Grant how it's done.
I might want to practice a little bit before.
Oh, okay. So you still need me for now.
Yeah, for now.
For now. All right. Wow. Let's have a look at this bot lane. So you got the Pugna plus the Sandstone. It's going to set up good Never Blast with the Arcane Curse, but it's going to be hard to get that full kill potential, especially against the Venomancer. Wait, speaking of the Venom, there should be a fissure to secure the room. Mind Control's taking a lot of damage here, actually. They didn't use the fissure. They need to make sure that Mind Control can escape.
Yeah, he was tanking all of that damage in anticipation of getting the fissure come up.
No, the salve! Oh, God.
Great move there.
Pugna's so damn fast, and this is what happens.
And they're switching up the lanes, so Miracle plus Kuroki on this offlane.
Yeah, at least he'll be able to ferry another salve out to him quickly. Although he did start with a lot of tangos, and of course, You shouldn't need this many in the mid lane because typically you just use the iron branches. Otherwise, you have to walk all the way back to the trees. And as a hero that slow, it's not a good thing.
So they're making mind control tank that mid lane, and they're going to focus on. So this is a situation we haven't seen in a very long time. Actually, it's the 1v1 top.
Yeah, because apparently the supports are doing a dance right now through the jungle.
Cube is just blocking this Dark Willow. She can't 1v1 that guy, and he isn't just gonna let her get to lane without getting clicked a couple of times more. There she goes again. Hello.
But I think this is worthwhile because if you actually think about that top lane, right? Yes, Enigma does do levels well, but so does the Visage. If you reach that 6 power spike quicker, you can start to just flip and take control of the map.
Well, it's not a 1v1 anymore now. They have finally arrived, but GH has paid with about half of his health pool.
That's one of the benefits of picking this support axe. Is one of the most tanky individuals to just run at your face. Actually, look in the mid lane with this. How's the Venom? Venom's got 4 last hits, but this is kind of be expected. The way you kind of beat a Bloodseeker, and this is why it gets picked mid a lot, is the moment you see him Blood Rage, you just punch him in the face.
Yep.
The problem is, in a one-on-one with a hero that doesn't hit very hard, he's not going to care. He's going to heal up better off the creeps, and it's worth it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're going to be satisfied with MC getting his levels here. He shouldn't die in this matchup, but Faye is going to get a lot done. And that means that the side lanes for Liquid need to be going better than they're going right now, because Garter and Bone 7 are leading in those last hits right now. Our man is actually struggling a little bit.
Not too good for him. Kyora's just trying to frustrate Flash a little bit here. With the melee on range is somewhat beneficial. He did pick up that stout to begin with. But that does just leave the 2 cores in the lane alone. And I mean, you think about this, the Drow on the Pugna. Pugna should have a clear inherent advantage.
And they're going in on mid now.
That'd be very brave of them. Oh,
Well,
there we go. No. That's not Hate the Brambles. I think if you get that, you actually do get the kill on the Fae, in fairness. But unfortunate. They do at least force the salve, so that's something to work with. But I'm trying to think. I'm looking for MangoBay. What is the lane they need to be performed perfectly here? It feels like it's probably the Bloodseeker, and they've set themselves up in a way that is their priority.
Yeah, they've got a really good setup for him to do well, but the tower tempo is going to be set by Garter. And we talked before, he's been around. He's a very experienced player, so he's going to be using that Pugna to full effect to move Liquid around the map.
Mind control. He's just got to kill. There was a gank in the mid lane, but we're busy watching this because Armin just being walked down. Spin's even going to come out. That's unfortunate.
Oh,
no, he gets
boost.
the movement speed.
And now Cube's
the great kill. Yeah, Cube, is he in trouble here? The tower might hit him enough. It's going to be close. We'll stay alive with the salve. But Armin, he manages to survive. And the mid lane, the Bloodseeker won't be so lucky. We were just talking about how that's their priority as well, Mango.
I presume he had the Blood Rage on him and they punched him, as you said so eloquently before. And we talked about the Silencer, how he's just not a good defensive support at all. So you can TP him in, but at most he's going to get you a counter kill.
Well, GH came around the back here, eats the Mango, drops the Brown Maze, won't hit them though. Keeps Flash away at least, and once again, Faye's going to be forced to use the salve, which he has to wait on anyway because of the Gale.
So Liquid has identified that this mid lane is what they want to keep down for now. They're going to be satisfied with Drow staying relatively unmolested in the bottom lane, getting her levels. She's going to be boosting her teammates, and then when they hit that 6 on the Visage, they start moving. So the Visage is their tower tempo.
Oh, Gale in the mid lane. They see Faye use the Blood Rage again. The Curse Crown's going to connect. And with that, they should find the kill here under the tower, but Cube showing up. There's the Fissure through to ensure it, as GH does move away with the haste.
Yeah, and I specifically want to attract your attention to the fact that Kuroki is teleporting in while that happens, because he is anticipating that there's going to be a backup TP from the Radiant side as well.
Well, there has to be. I mean, how often do you see a Bloodseeker recover? You can, but it's all about that mid-game.
Like a different one, because if it's the Silencer again, they're not in trouble, right? But MangoBay's learning.
Silencer's in trouble himself. Flash. Curse Crown's going to connect. They'll just be able to walk him down. They'll steal his rune as well. Rune on the spot. Flash should fall. No! The decrypt from Garda by a little bit of time. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. He's salving up. Flash, he will survive.
Great move to have that salve going already.
Nicely done, but it was a lot expended still. They missed out on the bounty runes. He had to use the salve. He had to TP back to base as well, which means he's going to be a little bit underleveled.
and Cube is just staying in that mid lane for now.
Oh wow! Look at this top lane. Look at the XP disparity between these two. This is a big highlight at this point.
Oof.
It's in the laning phase. This is crucial, but with a hero like Visage being that far behind, mind control in the mid lane, however. Oh, the Fissure stun control's good there, and the Bramble Maze as well. Faye trying to move forward. The Curse Crown's going to trigger. Mind control trying to move away. The Blood Rage just turn around and try to hit him down. The Gale's going to be there, and Cube's going to go down. 2 kills under the tower of Liquid as MangoBay get a little bit impatient with this Venomancer.
You do not want to dive in Venomancer like that.
Miracle needs to be careful, they're wrapping around. Guard doesn't have any mana to work with though. Decrep up, the stance is there on the Drow, but that just draws it out. They're both low on HP now.
I think they should have gone a little bit harder on that. Like, that was their one opportunity to get Miracle, and the Earthshaker is back now. He's actually on top of Garda.
Yeah, he's going for Garda. He actually needs to hit the stun. The Fissure is going to be there, just trying to stop him from using Shrine. If he moves straight there now, he can just enchant turn him up and scare him off.
His little skeleton is
there it is, needs to get out of here. Faye, he doesn't have 6 though. Kuroki just leaves. He gets worth out of it as he sees Bloodseekers out of the mid lane again. Armen in the top lane being harassed a little bit, but Bone 7 being slowed up. GH trying to move across the Shadow Realm now. Needs to make at least 1 extra tap after that. Well, Tangoing up. Nigma's got a little bit of regen left, but this is an odd feeling for Bone.
Faye's coming in. They saw the weak point and they are going to be pressuring it hard.
Well, Cube puts the Battle Hunger out to get Armen out of the fight. They will stun him up with the Malphite. Needs to get out of the Blood Rites, taking a lot of damage. Nice use of the Grave Chill on the creep to make sure he can escape. They're going to chase him under the tower here though. GH with the Bramble Maze going down. Cube, he's going a little bit far. He needs to get out the other side because he's aborted. The Poison Nova comes out. Mind control, the TB rotates on the back foot. Cube is going to fall as they share the gold, and it looks like Faye, he's gone. Note the denied Bone. They Blood Raged him up so he had enough damage here, and he might turn around and try to get on Mind Control.
And GH is out of mana. He can't actually really help out.
Oh, the black hole! It comes out. Mind control taking a lot of damage, but it's surviving long enough. They just need to hit him. GH walks in. The Gale comes out. They'll get the kill. They trade. But worthwhile in their eyes to get that black hole. All right, but you know what? This is weird because previous days we've been saying Bone's been struggling. He's always the one that gets thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
And now look at this game. It's the entirely different way around. He's probably the aspect you can say definitively is carrying MangoBay right now.
Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of work to do. So I was saying before that I would expect Garda to be setting the tower tempo, but he's not nearly as happy as Bone right now. So instead, it's probably going to be this top tower falling to the Enigma at some point, unless Armen can hold his ground. He is nearing the level 6 now, though, thanks to that exchange. So he's going to have the familiar soon, and then things change a lot.
You're not too intimidated even now with the black hole on the sideline. There's no risk of you just being solo killed there. So you can just be a bit more aggressive trying to get that level 6. And you knew it was going to be slow because the Enigma, not as much. In the mid lane though, Faye's about to be slowed himself. The Curse Crown coming out. The Bramble Maze won't connect. But the Fissure to make sure he cannot walk away. Faye's stuck here. 3 heroes on top of him. He's just going to disappear.
Kuroki graciously giving the kill over to MC. And that walk rotation, by the way, from MC, if you look at Liquid, they will walk for rotations a lot instead of teleporting because they anticipate, and then they can TP back after that if they feel any pressure to go back to their lanes. It's very efficient if you anticipate right.
It's an important thing for supports, folks. Remember this for your own games. Is actually the most crucial thing for a support early on is not just wasting TPs to get out faster.
Yeah, and if you're goes doubly so if you're playing a double defensive support lineup like Liquid is right here, with a lot of turnaround potential.
Rupture on the Kuroki, moving forward, going to go for the TP out. It's going to be close. He should just about make it though. It'll be fine.
Save your TPs, folks.
There you go. That's exactly, especially against the Bloodseekers, doubly so here. That's probably another reason they're just making these slow rotations. Is in anticipation of you need to be warmed up to deal with Bloodseeker. Oh, mid lane, life drain coming out. Might draw down to half HP. GH with the Curse Crown turn around with the Bramble Maze there on the Garda. Going to decrepify himself up, trying to move away, but he'll start. The Poison Nova's going to come out. Cube, he needs to retreat from this. Getting low though. Garda as well. Now the call's going to be there. Drop GH, and no, it won't matter. Axe is going to fall. The Fairy Fire will keep GH alive. The final hit's not enough, but the double kill comes out for Mind Control. And while that's happening in the bot lane, Faye, he strikes. He finds the kill and the Miracle. The little something in return for that exchange in the mid lane.
Yeah, and now is Garda moving over to the mid lane, seeing if they can actually start the tempo.
GH, okay, living life on the edge there. That's an intimidate. That's the most intimidating that Bloodseeker's looked all game, actually.
So Armen just steals the rune, gets away scot-free.
Cube. Curse Crown's coming out. GH, he has the Bedlam now. So the level 6 Dark Willow. There's going to be the Brown Maze to hold in place. You get the call out, but it won't matter. The Bedlam is running, and he is going to fall. And this is worrying, actually. You remember we were saying, oh, this is great. Cube, he's forcing out GH super early. And now the level disparity between those supports is one of the biggest highlights. We talked earlier about the Visage compared to the Enigma, but now the focus is the Boss Force.
Yes, both of the Boss Force have fallen behind, and they were forced to roam because both parties kind of wanted to leave this top lane.
Bone, he's in a little bit of trouble here. GH, the Terrorized, holding on to it, but put up the Cursed Crown instead. They'll move across, Armen on the chase, the bird's coming out, the Bedlam's there, and Bone, you might have a black hole, but you have no way of using it. He's going to go down. Armen is turning this lane around, actually. Like, he's still very poor, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Bone, the value he had at the start is going to start to just dissipate and disappear here.
And it's hard for Enigma to be out on a lane and push on his own like that. So, ideally, you would want to move into the jungle with that Enigma and get either like your Blink or another big item that you want to get because you farm so fast, and let someone else set the tempo. But his other cores are not really there yet. So he has to put himself out there, and he gets brought down as a consequence.
It's quite worrying. And while all this is happening, wherever it is, Veno's left to his own devices. No one wants to approach this guy anymore.
MangoBay are not nearly done, though. This is fast smoke, and they are moving for Miracle.
Yep, he was farming in the jungle, all lonesome here, but he's next to his shrine, which makes it a lot more problematic. Flash is going to wrap around, but the Rupture's going to be down to Kuro. Looks like he's going to move out of range of the Blood Right. Needs to be careful. The Enchant Tome, he has got the Echo Slam to work with. There it is. Going to have the Fissure follow up, and no, the global stats. Faye, he's still going to fall, though. So a 1-for-1 trade, and you did commit the Echo, but on the other side, the global stance as well.
Like, I get why you go on your Shaker there, because if you go on the Drow, you know these Shakers there, he's going to frustrate your move. But instead, they dive too deep for that Shaker. That's just the lowest level support on the side of Liquid.
This is a bold move. There is a shrine right there. The Gust is going to come out, and he's just going to TP leave as GH is forced to use his TP. But they might actually chase down Flash here. They get a little bit of a slow on them, but the Bramble Mates, it doesn't quite connect. It's a little bit too late.
They're still chasing them.
They spent a lot of time on it. I mean, GH can just kill on his own, really. You can't blame this man. He's level 7. The Bedlam is just lethal against Silencer.
He's a solo killing machine if you let him.
Meanwhile, Helmet Dominator pick-up by Bone is going to be punished here, actually. Can he get the deny? No, he can't. Kuroki says thank you very much for the Fissure to get the last hit on the kill. And now Bone 7, they're going to get kill on him. The Gale does connect. The Curse Crown's already there. He has a black hole, but he has no way of using it. Cube will not be helping him here.
And again, their attempt at the mid lane is frustrated, and Bone is like, he is trying to set that tempo and make that space, but they're getting anticipated at every turn.
Miracle. Hit out by Faye here, but Faye slowed himself. There's going to be a Blood Riot. Miracle needs to get out of it just in time. He has got the Gust, but he won't be able to use it. The Fissure's going to be there. No! Sticking up. He'll stay alive. The Blood Rage heals him up even more. Flash, he needs to run. The Rupture means Miracle can't chase him further, but this is a bold TP in front of an Earthshaker with Enchant Totem and mana to work with. Flash, no TP, no life. Kuro will just run him down at this stage. The Curse Crown, the Arcane Curse is going to come out because Curse Crown's on the other side, actually, as another kill happens. And they do find the Bloodseeker. Flash, he's buying a lot of time here. They'll give up. It's like, no, this is not worth. Not for a +5. We've got other things to do on the map. We're taking a tier 1 mid, and then we're going to just flood across the map with these birds and start taking towers.
Yeah, Araman has finally left his top lane. He is caught up. He's ready. And these towers are going to start falling now. Liquid had a little bit of... like, had some troubles in that laning stage, but they just anticipated everything beautifully, and now towers are going to go down one by one. Well,
Arman's on the OG sweet spot. He's going to come down the side, and Bone 7 slowed by the Gale. No chance for a black hole. Even with the global stance, he's just gone. Cube charging forward here. Wants a cool opportunity, but Mind Control can just turn around. The Bird's stunning him up. Cube, he needs a retreat pattern, but where's it going to be? The Rupture coming out on Arman. You need to move in deep. There's the Poison Over coming out just before you blow up the Venomance. On the high ground, Arman stuck here, ruptured up. The Birds need to assist their master, but Faye, he'll get the kill. Flash down to half HP, chasing on Kuro here. We'll get the Fissure out, but they can't chase. Faye is stuck behind it. He'll make his escape. Nice tip coming up from GH. Well earned. He said, Kuro, you lived. Good job, man.
You get to live for now. And while that was happening, Miracle took the bot tower unopposed.
There we go. GH, he caught up. Flash has been found. And, oh, no, he doesn't get the foe hit. Flash! There it is. The Shadow round through with the ward vision just expiring. Perfect, efficient use of your wards by your support.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Actually, like you said, Miracle's left. He's still left down there on his own. Drow doesn't care. He's going to finally back off because he's like, wait, people missing on the map. But this is turning into Miracle's game. The net worth, like, look how quickly he's caught up. He's almost top on net worth now.
And the way that Liquid are playing that, you gotta realize that Liquid are not in there. They're not diving there to get kills. They're holding back a little bit. What they want is to engage and keep MangoBay occupied while Miracle does his thing. So they are very carefully staying within that range where they look like they can be killed, but they know the likelihood of trading well is high.
This is the Roche. Liquid, they move into the Roche pit at 15.5 minutes, and Miracle says, guys, I'll come with you, but there's a deal. If you want me to follow you into battle, I need a second life. And, well, it looks like you'll probably get that, as this Roche is dropping incredibly fast, and I don't think MangoBay have any way to deal with this. They don't have a blink available on the Enigma.
They're scanning on the pit now, but they're much too late.
There you go, picked up. They're giving him mind control instead, which is fair. This time he can just run as deep as he wants, hits the poison over. If he dies, he comes back.
Yep. Either that or he's going to be solo on a lane and they want to be able to TP in to help him.
MangoBay are very deep here. Cube has no escape from this. They're going to move across. Bird's going to stun him up. The curse will slow him down a little bit. Won't make a difference. Cube is going to fall. A TD on mind control makes sure of that. And GH, he's on the hunt. He's got the Yules. He wants the opportunity to get Flash here. No, he looks the wrong way. Immediately sees him. He gets a glimpse onto him. They're going to trap him in the tree line, and Flash is dead. Dunzo here. Global starts on the sideline for 30 seconds until he's back up, and this should be a push from the tier 1 top.
And meanwhile, Miracle just runs down Garter on the bot lane.
How times have changed. Pugner's early aggression no longer matters. He just wants to get that tier 1 so badly.
They still only have broken the tower top. There's a lot of drawing going out from Kuroki on the top half of the map. Miracle is saying, I'm going to be staying here. They're going to play 4 top. And they're going to use that Aegis to basically buy as much time and annoy MangoBay as much as possible while they are always trading the right way because Miracle is just farming.
And Miracle's like, you know what? I gave you a second life. You basically got 5 heroes now. Is the aura not enough? Just let me do what I do while I farm up. You can get me more gold through popping towers. There's a smoke coming out from MangoBay, though. They don't want to give you this tier 2 for nothing. But GH, this is a smoke-breaking location. There it is. The pings come out as the ward spots the rotation. Keep trying to come around the back. He doesn't have any form of initiation here. The Yule's going to be there when he comes down. Stunned up. Rooted up. There's the poison over going deep. Mind control, the second life doesn't care. The life trying to get rid of him once, but on the side, you've already lost Cube. He's going to get the call out, but it won't make any difference. It's going to go down. The global sun's going to be there. Bone 7 blocked out by his own creep. He can't move with the black hole. He's going to get it, but only on arm end here. Everyone else outside. Mind control, he might drop a second time here. They'll be able to get him dead for 50 seconds, but you're already 3 heroes down. You need to go in full retreat. Faye's going to be hit up by the Curse Crown soon, and GH, he's moving forward aggressively. He has the Terrorize. He's got the Bedlam. He wants to decrepify out, means he's going to do more damage to the Bloodseeker. They're chasing forward. Kuro wants on top of this. He's got the Echo, but no, the Yule's coming out and got it. Won't matter. He's already lost the Bloodseeker. He's going to go down as well. The Fissure Miracle. He finally shows up to the fight, and he gets a triple kill.
That was brutal. And Faye actually Blood Raged the Venomancer in order to get more damage out on him, but it also meant that the Black Hole was ended early because Bone 7 just died to the right clicks of that Venom.
This is true. And the power of giving the Venom the Aegis is really... How long was it before Miracle even got involved in that fight? And instantly, the moment he's there, it's just so definitive and so damning. I mean, he was waiting to make a big item pickup, was the point here. And, well, he's actually starting to accelerate his lead pretty highly at the top of the net worth chart, up to 9k now.
Because he's at his undisturbed time. And there's something else, another reason to do it like this as well. It's because if you're pushing at 5 all the time, you're going to suffer in EXP a lot. But if you just have that Aegis, you can take that time to make Miracle be somewhere else completely. And you also offset that particular disadvantage rather well.
But a message was being sent there by Liquid, which is, you make one more mistake like that and it will be a lane. Because they were very close to just continuing to Faye. This is a mistake that can't be made. Trapped in here, scaled up, slowed. The blood rate will go down, but it won't make a difference. Just tries to heal up with the Centaur. He buys himself 2 more seconds.
Well, they found Miracle on the other side, though.
Oh,
he had a Shadow Blade, but perfectly timed his...
It's gone. He can't get out of this. They'll be just cave his skull in. He's dead. They wait for God to show up. They said, share the XP, share the gold, come in. We are a communist society here on the Radiant side of the map.
They were definitely sharing a gold.
Flash, perfect kill. Can he make the TP out in time? The bird's moving across. Not quick enough. They'll be intimidating, but he keeps his composure. He just TPs. And that would have been an important kill as well, by the way. You know, you don't want to have to worry about his global silence coming off cooldown when you try and make one of these high ground pushes.
He's still off for now, and that means they get to push down the tier 2 bottom. Bone is shoving the top lane as hard as he can, but he's not nearly there yet, and I'm wondering... It's Liquid. No, they're just gonna farm the map for now.
With the black hole on cooldown, this is what he has to do. He can take that risk to expose himself in the lane because he's blown his load, basically, on that kill Miracle. And that's the important part, because right now, the biggest worry I can see when you look at the side of Liquid here is the Drow just getting more and more out of control.
Yes. She is a real problem, and I don't think, like, you'd want, for example, an Axe to be able to blink in on that take the aura off. Immediately you have so much less damage coming in from the Visage and from the Venomancer. But this is a plus 4 axe. He's going for a 4 staff actually. He's nearly there. But
You against the Veno. It's a fair point to say that the 4 staff is the better choice here.
In general, Liquid have so many ways to stun and disable and slow people that the ability to get out might be more important than the ability to go in. But still, there's a BKB coming up on the Bloodseeker. That's going to make sure that he can stay on top of that Drow, at least if he doesn't get fissure blocked.
And not to mention the Gale as well. There's a worry. This BKB is needed, but the physical damage that's going to come out still from Liquid is very concerning. Chiefly concerning, in fact, for them.
Yes. What I imagine is that MangoBay would have to throw a couple of heroes into Liquid to make him group and then put out a really big black hole right on top of it.
Well, the push continues here, and this is it's like a semi-push by proxy. You don't actually have to commit or stack too heavily. You just let the birds do their work. With a catapult as well. Oh god, this is kind of the worry. This is this type of lineup, and the thing is, you can't wait to go too late against Liquid here because there's a Venomancer, right? It's going to get worse. If he gets to 25 and he gets that Ward Talon,
oh, that stuff's awful.
3 times health and damage on something that you can just throw in the base from far away. Not even at risk. Faye, he is at risk in the bot lane. The Curse Crown, just is trying to TP out. Held in the place. The Blood Rut's going to come. It's too late. The Blood Rut will not save him as the Bedlam just runs him down. And they use the Rupture and the Global Silence, and they achieve nothing with it. God is just too busy sucking off creeps here.
Soloed by a support. That is a sad life indeed.
He's just got to reflect on this, like, we've reached this point.
Yeah, we're there now.
We've done that a bit for the last few days with Z-Freak on his Shamans and GH on his Willows. It's these type of heroes that really can, though. I mean, Willow has a bit more flexibility with the low cooldowns, but...
I am really enjoying the return of these high-impact fours that can just turn the game on our own, because we've seen so many passive laners coming out. It's really been time.
And we haven't really seen
the shift.
And we don't even see the big team fighters as much. We see Earthshaker all the time. We don't see Sand King anymore, really. I think we've had one single Sand King.
Was a core, though.
Yeah, it was a core. It's not the same.
So Liquid are gearing up for the big
it's going in. The fish is going to be there, and Pugna's just going to disappear. Garda dead on the sideline for 50 seconds. I think he does actually have the buyback, though. Will he be forced to use it here?
So Liquid has a vision uphill sentry.
They know about that ward, but it doesn't matter. It's already achieved the goal for Liquid as they move on to the high ground, not too worried. They know the positioning that Cube's on the side. The birds pushed by proxy again. Someone has to stop this. You will just slowly lose everything. Pugna forced to buy back. Garda needs to get him out of the base quickly. You're going to lose a tier 3 before they do, though. He can't call. There's no way you call those birds. That is a brave soul if you do. But no, they see him on the high ground. The fissure controls there. He's gone. He just evaporates before the power of this Drow. And back to the push and they go. The birds continue the work. Armen moving up the high ground. Faye, a little bit deep here. BKB comes out. They're going to move on to Armen. The Rupture's going to be there. But now they might just turn around and right click him down. Bloodright keeps moving away. He's so fast on this Visage. The Terrorize to make sure there's no backup for Faye. The Black Hole coming in. No. Interrupt by the Fissure. Beautifully done by Kuroki to get rid of the Bloodseeker. And now the stun up on Enigma means he's going to go down as well. And they are losing heroes left and center, and they're going to lose a base along with it at this rate. The buyback comes out. Enigma, he's already expended the Black Hole. Flash, one more heal, do it. Miracle, no, the Decrepify from Garda does keep him alive. Bone 7 just trying to stun up on the Miracle as his stance is going to retreat. The life drain is there, but it won't last long enough. He's down to half HP, mind control still on the high ground. Gale comes out to Garda, forced to use his Yules. The birds are on top of him though, and actually mind control getting low. The Fissure, the movement forward, the damage is huge. The Echo Slime gets fluffed, but it won't even matter. Axe left alone, trying to move in. It doesn't matter. Miracle's going to be forced up the way. The Shadow Blade will be able to retreat, but Kuroki, he punches hard with his big totem on his back. Takes another hero, and they'll finish off the racks with the birds before leaving.
Liquid is so low. This is MangoBay. They were 10k behind at least, and they nearly pulled off that defense. But Liquid were disciplined enough to say no. We respect all of the damage output they have. We respect this BKB that's coming up. They drew him out of the base. They kited him.
That's a dead dieback. Enigma 75 seconds dead. And Roche is coming up very soon.
I'm not even sure if they need it. They found Faye.
That's true. I mean, they get both of those. Pugna's still dead for 30 seconds. They might just walk in and finish the bot racks and then just shift to mid.
I think that's exactly what they're doing right here. They see no need to let up right now.
Oh, pause coming out. Looks like we're going to have a short little break. GH got some lag, but you wouldn't notice it with the amount of solo kills this man has been getting.
Yeah, he has been. Look at him. He's up in the net worth charts right next to Armen.
What? Fourth highest net worth for GH here. All right, we're ready to continue. And they're going to move into the base here. Cube needs a way into this fight, but mind control. So damn tanky for a Venomarts at this stage. And the wards just keep him away from initiating. They see everything with these creeps, with everything.
Can't do anything at all against this amount of push.
Curse Crown to control on the Axe. The Gale connect as well. And now he has no easy way into this fight. Already down to half HP actually and ticking even lower. The Rupture's going to come out, but Armen, he's pretty deep. How do you get this? Life Drain's going to be there. The Blood Rite, the Terrorize though to scare them away. No, Armen will be fine. Stands his ground on this spot here. The Gravekeeper's Cloak should protect him as well. And his team is ready. They have got Echo coming off cooldown soon. This will be the big move they look to make. Wow, still got 40 seconds. But there's no rush for them here. They know this push by proxy. It's on MangoBay to do something soon.
Yeah, I just always admire a really well executed proxy push. It's just because
it feels so dirty as well, doesn't it? It's like, well, there's no risk really. I mean, even the birds are so damn tanky. Just look at it.
Well, no risk. You saw how hard it was.
Oh, the backup Cube. He finds them all. The glove stance there, but the backup is not. Cube is pretty deep out now. They might turn around. Armen looking to move forward here. The birds are there. The 4-staff down the low ground. They need to get out. They need to get back on the high ground, and they need to do it immediately. Kurogi looking to move forward here. Still doesn't have the Echo available just yet with the side flash. He's gone. The Fissure connects. There's a Qualifier. He's going to buy him a little bit of time, but not much. He's down. Buyback does come out, and they have Echo Slam available now. So if you are not careful, this could be the defining factor. Kuro has already aggressively positioned himself.
Oh, they are so lucky there that he doesn't bait his team into a losing position. If they lose Faye there, for example, that is the end of them.
But that's the frustration. We talk about Cube and we said he's the type of guy that likes to make these big plays. He's a playmaking +4. And the frustration gets you. You find the opportunity. You catch the entirety of Liquid in a call. And your team, in your eyes, they're just sitting back AFK. Yeah. It's not their fault though. They have to stop these pushes constantly.
This mid-wave was in their face, like he's coming in from the side. He doesn't have to skip their creep.
Oh, Flash is dead again.
Oh, no,
he bought back as well. This is problematic. There's going to be a rush count on Miracle, but no Faye. Galed up, going to try and move forward. There's the back hop, but too late. No! The Gust through Enigma. He can't do anything. The Terror's go, but it's not even needed. They do pop the Eggers, but GG gets called. Game 1, and Liquid take it with a dominant display with a combo of the Veno, Drow, and, of course, the Physics. But you know what? No, screw that. I'm going to give it to GH. GH!
Oh, yeah, I was about to...
This snipe out. You can't give it to this man enough.
He was on top of the kills. He had, like, the last time I checked, he had 9-2, and I'm going to...
When we last looked, he was 4th highest net worth.
Yeah. Miracle ended up with the highest kills, but, you know, that's
yeah,
cheating.
but you're a Drow. You're a carrier. You expect that.
You get to, you know, clean up at the end of that game. GH, with, like, those defensive rotations and with the decision to leave top for as much as he did, then come back in at exactly the right times. He was everywhere. And if you're MangoBay, you don't find an opening at all. They were anticipating at every single turn. What do you do?
You know what I think it was? And people go, this is just Pigeon Hammy's joke, but I don't think Bone knew what to do himself. Now, that's not to be me. Bone is, the last few days, we've seen Bone get molested more than anyone. Right? This man took so much punishment.
Yeah, and that's a skill. If you have a player like that, that means that you can really empower your 2 other cores. And we've seen Garter take over games. We've seen Faye taking over games. But this time it was on Bone, and it's hard to do it on Enigma as well, especially with this much like support coming in from the side, with a support Axe who hasn't exactly had the greatest laning stage. So...
I mean, it was prioritization as well, right? Yeah. Because it's almost like Liquid, I did this and know this, and they go, okay, well, Bone, he's not the biggest threat. No offense, but the priority is definitely, we said, the Bloodseeker, and then, of course, you want to see the Pugna hitting towers early. And instead, they kind of threw Armen under the bus because he was low on levels compared to Bones. But you know that's going to happen against an Enigma, so why would you try and empower a lane that's already at a huge disadvantage?
Yeah, this is why I love watching Liquid when they're like in shape and doing their thing. They make these really business-like decisions that I just admire. It's like, all right, he is level 3 against level 5. Maybe we should do something at this point, but not until Bone actually overextends. We're not going to force it. And I think MangoBay forced things just a little bit too much. You saw the rotations on Garter. You saw that dive on mid where the Blood Rage turned out against them. It was rough.
I think like Armen, he's kind of like, he's feeling more the slot of what Matumba Man would, right? It's like sometimes you see Matumba Man has to be thrown on the bus, and Armen was willing to do it that game. And as a result, we get points. There we go, another one going on for me. And you got 1 2 Kips. You back to the right horse. But we need to go to a break quickly. So a few messages from our sponsors, yada, 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 everything else, hashtag sellout. And then we should be back in about 10 minutes with the second game of Liquid versus MangoBay. And I mean, it looked decisive for Liquid, but it was a Drow Visage lineup. We have to stay tuned and see if MangoBay can strike back.
Watch the player's point of view with your favorite setup. Follow your favorite Dota 2 player in every detail. With the Snipe Sense, you can get direct predictions about the upcoming game. Subscribe to the Digital Pass now.
Does he always do that?
Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
driving out the pain inside down Highway 24. And she can't think of one good reason not to leave it all behind. And all his good excuses won't make her stay this time. Well, it's too little, too late to right this wrong, too bad, and she's gone. The evening sun sinks slowly as the rain begins to pour, drowning out his memory. She ain't crying anymore. The girl in the reflection, well, she's finally found her wings, flying down the highway. You can hear her sing. Yeah, too little, too late to right this wrong, and it's too bad, and she's gone. Too little, too late to right this wrong, and it's too bad, and she's gone. He stumbles through the doorway and reaches for the light. Suddenly he realizes something here ain't right. Outside the lightning strikes, he's standing there all alone. And as the thunder rolls, he knows she's not coming home. 'Cause it's too little, too late to right this wrong, too bad, and she's gone. She's gone. Yeah, 'cause it's too little, too late to right this wrong, and it's too bad, and she's gone. Do
Hello and welcome back, guys. We just went for a short break before returning with Game 2 between Liquid and MangoBay. Liquid 1 up, and the draft already underway. And I mean, people are going to be going, yeah, Liquid, they got this, they can win. But you got to remember, Liquid, they ended up in the lower bracket. And that's not, I'm not saying they suck, they can't do this. But I'm saying everyone who's made it this far for a reason. And MangoBay, especially, the MangoBay and Lithium were the two teams that could cause these upsets for Liquid. You never know what you're going to see next.
And they've done it before. So what I'm looking to see here is for MangoBay to really grab that initiative and show their confidence here. And Winter Wyvern first pickup, that is really something different than the last game. And for the bans, yeah, there's the respect ban for the Dark Willow. They were not going to let GH get his hands on that again. So
it's interesting we see the Wyvern come out first. I mean, I've heard some people go, oh, boring, always seeing the Wyvern right now. In fairness, it's a very popular hero, and I think one of the big reasons we see these type of heroes, I've had long discussions on this with you, with many pros, is what is the requirements for a good support? And right now, it feels like the biggest one is GPM, right? Talents.
I mean, does it matter?
No,
Liquid said...
I'm ignoring that Drow pick, all right? I'm not going to touch that. That's too easy. That's too obvious. But you don't ban the Drow.
But
you don't
Winter
ban
Wyvern
the
is a good pick in anticipation of the Drow. Because she can't do anything through the Gold Embrace. She's one of those heroes that really kills her teammates or gets killed by her teammates if you put the Winter's Curse on her. And Liquid go in with a Weaver immediately, who is not actually the greatest at dealing with the Winter Wyvern himself either. Am I putting this on the right side, by the way?
We have Liquid on...
Is it on Radiant?
I think... Are they on Dire this time?
Or on Dire the previous time?
Oh, they were, weren't they?
Dire team back.
Oh, there you go. There we go. Liquid is Radiant. There we go.
Alright.
That's how we can tell. But Treant coming out second pick for MangoBay. And MangoBay are one of these teams that would go for something like a Phoenix and a Treant. I don't know if you do it when there's already a Drow and a Weave on the field, because that means there's going to be ranged heroes. Some of them are probably going to hit fast.
I was reaching for that Phoenix instead of for the Treant.
So we have like a maybe table in between the table and the shelves and the tables.
I'm going to rearrange this a bit throughout the day. I got some ideas about how to spice up the place for now.
It's like this kind of idea of the it's a possibility table. This one might appear. Techies will never be on that table.
Like, I have the favorites shelf over here. This is, I know that these are going to happen. These are like, maybe. And then over here, I will only go for the Terrorblade. Hopefully. Well, hopefully. On the other hand, like, the exciting stuff is over there.
Well, I'm looking. There's Legion on there. There's OD. When do you think we'll see OD come back? Because I thought it might with Terrorblade resurging and all these illusion heroes.
I don't actually quite know why he's not being picked right now. Maybe it's just because he is not a great tempo setter. He's the kind of mid that needs to farm a lot. And right now you want to have leverage over these side lanes and have the mid lane meet up with them.
He doesn't farm particularly fast either, right?
No.
It's more of this... It's a very good example of a snowball mid. But the difference is between like a Templar Assassin snowballing and an OD is the Templar Assassin can farm very fast with good stacks.
Yep. And she's going to take advantage of the space that these side lanes are making for her, whereas OD is... I don't know, like if you leave OD in that lane, he's not going to push your tower down, he's not going to do anything exciting. I just think there's not enough movement in the hero right now, and the meta is going fast. So Liquid taking out the Brood, just like before, and they're doing it a phase earlier now. Not risking anything. And then MangoBay is taking out just the synergy. So...
Well, yeah, Team Liquid do get rid of the Brood.
No more Visage.
Right, and no Brood strats coming out here. That's an important... Teams have learned in the last week or two that you don't need to wait until the final pick to pick a Brood. Well, we learned that at TI, actually. Liquid especially. Of course, Matumba Man not there right now, but was definitely one of the teams that were always picking that up second pick. I think they were the first team to start doing that regularly.
Mm-hmm. They were very brave at the start with that hero. It's like, you know what? This is good. We can try that again. No, everyone saves it for the last pick. Why don't we just try earlier? This is working. Why don't we try it even earlier? this is working. Why don't? That is something that I love about Liquid, right? They're gonna push those boundaries until someone pushes back.
Well, it's kind of like we talked about. It's like the third pick is where everyone else was focused, and that's where you take control of the draft, like with something like Enigma. But instead,
Well-
Liquid is this team that typically does like to push a pick earlier, and then force their opponents to get thrown off in the banning phase, and not really kind of be able to go in that third pick confidently and go, okay.
Are we
I'm
back
gonna set
to
the tempo.
support Weaver then?
You know what? I don't mind some Weaver support. The Aghanims is quite powerful, but you need a good target. We didn't get to see it yesterday. We were theorizing whether Enigma's black hole continues if you get time-lapsed. But of course, the Weaver in that game died a little bit too quickly to use it.
Yeah, or he had to use it on himself, and then
That happened a lot.
Morana on the other side.
Decent setup as well with the Winter Wyvern and the Treant. You've got Roots as well as obviously having Slows and the Winter's Curse, which you can hit up an arrow afterwards on, well, the primary target or anyone that was silly enough to come hit their own teammate.
And she's a gap closer as well. So, because you're always going to be looking for a solution for the Drow, get in on her.
Wind Ranger at your service.
This is
I am Miracle.
Call Wind Ranger.
I want Miracle on a Wind Ranger.
That would be something. We've seen one Wind Ranger mid. It bounced back with a very interesting
That was
build.
Pepita.
That was, and he's
With
done
his-
fantastic deal with the Enigma with the Monkey King bar.
Yeah, immediate Monkey King bar pickup.
10 seconds.
We were
remaining.
wondering where he was going with that item, and it
5
was
seconds remaining.
It's a smart flex pick though, because you've got the Drow Aura, so you could be a support. And at the same time, what this is doing is going MangoBay. If you come in and you pick one specific hero, not an Enigma in the scenario like we saw last time, but one that could ruin our day, then you can go for this single target pick off Wind Ranger build as a mid, and then win fights based on that.
But I do want to show you here that the previous draft, they had both the Dark Willow and the Earthshaker, very defensive supports, and they were in the pickle in the laning stage a bit, where they couldn't really, where they really needed a good TP support to come in. And right now, I don't see any heroes that can really turn around a gank on a lane yet. The amount of protection they had previously
True.
really propelled them through. And right now, I don't see any frontliners. I don't see any big turnarounds, except maybe for a black hole. But that's way later.
Well, I see a bigger problem actually. MangoBay just picked up the Spectre, of course.
Well,
If you needed a hero to get on top of the Drow, this is chief among them with the horns.
I'm going to have to go look for her a little bit. Oh, she's up here.
We haven't actually seen too much of Spectre, surprisingly enough. Do you think the nerfs hit her in hard enough, or is it just a case of the meta changing and people lowering their finish time?
Yeah, I think especially in the games that we've been watching, things have been moving fast. And we've seen a couple of extremely poor Spectres struggling to get anything done with their Hans, with all of the lane pressure.
10 seconds remaining.
But, well, this is going to be a right-click lineup. They're going to go for the towers, but on the
5
same hand,
seconds remaining.
more gap closing. Dispersion is going to deal a ton of damage.
Could we see... I'm wondering about a Chen. Because we're
No,
saying...
no, Chen's first ban.
Oh,
against
yeah, he got
Liquid.
banned. Yeah, look at me. Ignore me,
Eric-
guys. Ignore me. Well, I'm trying to think. It's like you want a ranged hero, preferably, and you want something that really solidifies your laning phase on the side of Liquid.
The problem is also that they don't really have a 5 support yet, unless they want to go with a Kuroki Wind Ranger. Otherwise, I would say you pick up a Viper, right? We've seen that before where the Visage gets banned. Alright, fine, we'll just Viper you instead. There's a tanky frontliner. There's a guy that's gonna stand there, dish out the damage while being this immovable thing to move past.
Well, I was going to say what about an Enchantress support, but definitely not when there's a Lina in the field. That hero is going to disappear straight away if you pick it. Lina, pretty good here though. You've got a lot of aggression in these lanes,
We're
and you
fighting
have
fire with fire.
you got some frontliners here as well. That's pretty nice. So I'd imagine this is probably going to be the Wyvern with the Spectre, and the Mirana in, well, you used to get mid or the off lane because we've seen Lina around in the off lane as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And Lina plus Trine is quite strong, actually. Sets
Yeah.
up for Light Strike Array.
5
I'm gonna do it
seconds
like this
remaining.
for now because I do think that the Lina matches up against a possible Wind Ranger way better.
Definitely.
But this is where Liquid gets... Alright, never mind, this is support Wind Ranger. We do something else now. Viper versus Lina is actually a pretty equal lane.
It's true. I feel like if it is the Lina versus Wind Ranger, Wind Ranger typically is this glass cannon that trades on the edge of dying or killing you. The problem with Lina is that extra attack range means Wind Run, half the duration is used to just get into range to attack her back.
Yep.
And it's predictable. With a Light Strike Array, you can just force them away before they can even get close enough to harass you.
range on Light Strike Array is pretty crazy, actually. Whether we've seen that used in aggressive lanes. Oh, you wanted the last hit? No, I have no CD on this, and I will just keep stunning and hitting you forever.
I wouldn't be, if Lina does start coming back in hard, I wouldn't be surprised if that is how they'd nerf her. Because they've done something similar with Leshrac, of course. Leshrac was very popular in the mid again, and then they nerfed Lightning Storm range, and then he wasn't popular as anything.
Yeah. He is one of those two-shot mid heroes where you can two-shot a creep wave, move to the jungle, get back before the wave is under your tower again. But because Lina has her damage on the
Choose
AoE.
your hero.
Okay. They actually went with the Pugna.
This
Which-
is all in.
They're going to hit towers incredibly hard with the right clicks of Pugna plus the Never Blast, but it's a little bit risky against Alina. You're not going to likely to see many defensive Decrepifiers. Let's put it like that.
No. I would not advise it. So, what do you think then? Because this is definitely...
I don't think this is a Pugna mid. I don't like the idea of it because Decrepify, by the time you're close enough, you're taking at least 2 hits from the Lina. You have to Decrepify her in that scenario. You want to interrupt her farm.
And I think, well, here's the thing. If they put Miracle on the Drow again, because they don't have a carry player right now, then this cannot be the Miracle Wind Ranger.
That is
And
very
the
true.
outplay factor is not there.
Do you throw... I don't know if you can actually throw Drow under the bus in this lineup either.
No.
So you... like, if they wanted to play that similar role, you stick him on
I'd
the
guess-
Weaver?
I'd guess this is Kuroki. Because we've seen him play support Wind Ranger before.
That's a
and-
possibility. With the Drower as well, should be quite effective.
But I don't know. This is interesting. You really got to think about... Yeah, what is Armen going to play?
I really want to know that before my prediction, but we don't get to. We have to...
No, we don't get to do that.
well, Kips, I went first last time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm afraid I'm going to have to force you to make the choice.
Mm-hmm. I am... Liquid does not have the ease of execution this time. But with the dominant way they pulled off that previous game, it is very hard for me to root against them. I think this Spectre is not going to have time to get online.
That is my big concern as well. With the Enigma,
So,
he brings that big
I
threat
am
in the
Liquid.
mid-game. I think I'm going to have to be Liquid too. I
Yes.
think you're right. It's like, Spectre, there's a reason. There is a reason it's not getting picked too much at the moment, and it really is that quicker finish time. And Liquid is... If you get late game, sure, Mango wins this, but Liquid aren't going to give you a chance to get there. They're going to come out of the lanes super aggressively here.
Wonderful.
Well, there we go. We can actually get underway, and we'll find out where they're actually going to lane, what the lane partners are going to be. So it looks like it's going to actually be Kuro on the POS 5 Enigma, and GH playing that Wind Ranger in the POS 4 role.
Okay. And then Armen for the Pugna. They are probably putting a mid then. On the other side, Lina, Garter mid, Cube on the Trend Protector, Bone on that Mirana. They're gonna look to put him under the bus again, I imagine. We have a little bit of
Apologies for that. We had a little bit of a drag on the line. We're good to go, though. We're back. I'm just fumbling around like an idiot. But we're good to go. So looking at this, it's going to be Bone down here with Cube on that Trin. And this is a potentially very aggressive lane. With the slows, the roots, you can just get right on top of this Drow and kill her.
I imagine that she's going to be pressured, but at least with JJ have some form of turnaround potential, right? You can still throw out that shackle, especially if they are moving up into your face with 2 at the same time. But it's going to be rough for them to hold that lane, so there is a lot on this Weaver to get something done in the offlane. This is... Keep going back to this, but this is Liquid loves their Radiant offlane. They will put their carry here anytime they think they can get away with it. It's hard to rotate on it, and before they were doing this in this meta where you had a 1v1 top possibility at pretty much all times, and we saw actually in the previous game,
All right, that was a little bit close to the arrow for comfort.
they might do that.
Better than that. You have no
Just watching
right
that, because actually if GH gets hit by the arrow there, they could easily kill him. This is kind of the thing about Wind Ranger.
Yes.
As a support as well as the carry, you do live life on the edge. Not a lot of HP and really reliant on the wind run to win these harassment battles.
He's not even clicking QP. He's just going for bone 7. That's the fragile one. I know he's hit him a little bit.
They're both pretty fragile. Like everyone's always deceived by tree. Of course, this hero doesn't have any armor, so he has a lot of health, but you know that's...
Just click him. Just click him.
Yeah, you have to look from the other perspective. Is yes, you're gonna burn. There's a lot of health to burn through, but he's not gonna regen up very quickly.
He is not. And yeah, the Pulse, like he's gonna put his carry under the tower a lot, but there's no other opportunities basically. Wind Ranger also needs their levels. Over on the side. I also like this from the Wyvern coming out of the lane in order to harass this Enigma out, who is going to be trying to mostly give the 1v1 to Miracle Top, as we were saying before.
Well, makes sense. Of course, Spectre doesn't really handle herself too well. This is why, typically, we do see a defensive support taken with Spectre. Something like a Lich, used to be a Warlock, anything that can keep you in the lane and present.
Bone keeps shooting these opportunistic arrows. He's going to hit one at some point.
You miss 100% of the arrows you don't shoot. You know, you know what it is? Bone's just thinking back to the premium days of C9 Sing Sing. He's like, Sing Sing used to make it work.
We all think back to those days sometimes.
It's kind of synonymous right now. You know, he was actually playing Dota the other day. He came back to us. But Faye, is he going to be forced back and out of the lane? He is. The Shikuchi move forward. There's the Cold Embrace. Leveled pretty early here. But the weight on the back foot now salving up. Miracle might go back in here, Faye. Taking a lot of damage from the Gemini attack. Yeah, he's going to go down. The Shikuchi move through. First blood gets drawn by Miracle. And Flash will take a lot of damage on the way out. They don't have the Malphus available just yet, so he'll escape. Bot lane. Bone forced to use the leap. Cube has actually thrown out the leech seed. And Cube was forced into an early level into this Invis, which is not a surprise when there's 2 ranged heroes in this lane.
2 Rangers would rather not be spending any money on. Oh, you were talking about this before, remember? Is it worth to pick up a Quelling Blade just to get rid of those furthest outer trees? And Emson's decided it is. Oh.
And you know what? Garter decided it's worth getting a kill in the mid lane. Armen gets caught out here. Yep. And we're already seeing this issue we were talking about with the Lina Pugna matchup. You are at risk to that happening because Decrepify, it's a bit like in a Tinker. It's the same logic with the laser. You try and interrupt their CS. But the superior range on Lina means you're always at risk.
Yes, and Armen, of course, this is not his regular role. He is not a mid player by trade, so he's going to have to make the most out of this lane. Just push it back against the Lina, try not to die more than he has to. He is actually keeping on top of the CS in spite of that death.
It's
so he's doing a real good job, but the real...
Is Liquid
right now?
Is Liquid's focus here, is it on Miracle and the Weaver? I feel like it is right now. Like they need him to come out of this lane looking super strong. Not only because of how powerful he'll be in the mid game, but because of how crippled the Spectre will be.
Yes. And this is actually, I wasn't really thinking about it, but this is Faye going back to his late game powerhouses. We bet against that.
We did, but it's not the ones that like Faye. If it's a PL or a Terrorblade, you get an extra few points on the probability from me. But this is a Spectre. I'm trying to back logical statistics here. There's got to be a reason that this hero does not get picked up. And on Flash, turns out Miracle's going to pick up a kill onto him. He'll Cold Embrace, but he has no way out. This is Shikuchi through. Miracle already off to a dominant lead in this top lane.
And Miracle is the kind of player who loves to take over games. So I imagine that we're going to see him either move or really press his advantage on that top lane.
It's kind of interesting, actually, because Miracle is a very different kind of spice of this type of hero, the type of player that likes to just take over a game. And, you do get that, right? The star player. The draft has got to be about me. It sounds very egotistical. It's not. You have to believe in yourself confidently.
That's how you leverage these skills.
Yeah, and I'd say Miracle is one of the few guys we see who can actually deal with not getting the best deal and try and bounce back.
Oh no,
and Faye's dead.
It in time.
No, it's gonna Flash. He's getting body blocked. He can't get to the shrine, and he hasn't dealt with the swarms on him. You can Cold Embrace up all you want, but Kuroki, he says, "Great, now I get XP too." Splinter Blast goes out, but it won't change the outcome. Flash is gonna fall here. The run through with the Shikuchi, a double kill for Miracle, and he has all 4 kills belonging to Liquid right now.
He is a happy little bug. Disgusting.
And
in the meanwhile, by the way, Cube did get a kill on the Wind Ranger in the bot lane, so that fragility coming into play there is not... MangoBay is trading here.
That's what I was going to highlight. But then looking at the flip side, you take a quick look at the CS, and you can't deny Liquid, right now, they're winning every lane.
They're dominating. Oh, Faye made it over to the bot lane.
All right, this might change things up. Mind Control not up to level 6 yet, so no one's going to get poked too hard before they reach him. There's the leech seed, the leap forward, and Mind Control. With a rotation from your POS 1, they get the kill.
And there's no supports here that can make the defensive TP support, as I said. So there is no way out for Miracle. He just has to tank that. And they're going to put the Spectre down there. Now I imagine Liquid's going to either have to move Miracle, which means that he won't be pressuring the top tower, or yeah, they're going to choose Mind Control to be on his own against 3 right now.
They just TP back. No, he's going to go down again. They just patiently waited for him. Bone says, I don't need the CS. I'll just take the kills.
GH?
GH is going to be fine by the looks of it. It's got a win run. You can't get him, but Drow, that is... The worst part about that is we actually look at the XP points, the levels. You know why Mind Control done that, right? He was so close to 6. And he knows that's a huge power spike for his entire team.
He really wants to get that, but...
Okay,
oh, no.
threw it up here, of course, because you can hit them through the wind run. The shackle shot's good on 2. The leech seed is taking him out, though. And Kuroki trying to try and turn around the Malphite. Can he do enough damage to Cube, who doesn't have any armor? It's going to be close. GH trying to move away. Needs 5 seconds for the wind run. The power shot, a little bit greedy coming out from him. And Faye does get the kill. They won't get anything in return, or will they? Miracle in the top lane. He says, hold on, Pigeon. I needed something up here. You left a Wyvern alone. Even under a tower, that's good enough for me. And Faye, he hangs around a little bit too long. The arrow through does connect. Moving on to Mind Control. Is he going to die again here? They stack up on top. Kuroki down first. Shackle shot won't connect. They'll turn around. Mind Control. One more tap to no. Cube goes down first. The Eidolons are doing so much work. They will get the kill under Mind Control, but now Bone, he has no leaps to work with. They might get him here. GH, power shot should be available soon. He's going to use the Fairy Fire, cleans up a few creeps, but GH says thank you very much for the gold. Miracle wants it, but he won't get it.
No. I'm interested to see that they brought Miracle down here, actually, because he didn't take the top tower yet. But I figure that they do really want to prioritize that 6 now and leverage. It's like, all right, you're going to fight in our jungle. We're going to bring our strongest hero down to make some rotations.
Oh, no. Look at this rotation in the mid. Beautifully done with the shackle. The Loon's going to come out. It's too late. Armen already healing up with the life drain. And I think you're right, because actually, if you look in the jungle right now, Mind Control is still farming up. He wanted that 6 so badly. He learned his lesson. It took 2 deaths in the same location. But he switched it up. That's the level 3 Wyvern, by the way.
Miracle
was a level 3 Wyvern, because getting out this is a big ask. He's gone. Faye, he can't even farm it, and this is the worrying factor. You expect this, you win condition, yet this Weaver is out of control.
Yes, and she can't move across the map as easily as he can. You can see, it takes him 3 Sakuchis to go from bot to top, and you need a TP scroll, or you need to walk all the way.
Cube, oh, the shackle on the creep! Oh, GH, this man and his shackle shots. Is there no end to this?
That is just insulting, almost.
I think it was intended as well. You know, you could see where the creep waves are coming, and the GH, these are high-level players. They're not going to not notice those details.
I want to highlight here as well that Kuroki has been just patiently enigmaing
Flash. Why? I'm not even... Someone has to be here, I guess,
space.
but why does he come here anymore? Moonlight Shadow is used, it will keep him alive, but that tower will be aggressed pretty hard now.
Normally, you use a Winter Wyvern to give some extra life to that tower.
They actually rotate. They use the Moonlight Shadow, not defensively. They made it look that way. They got aggressive in the mid. They find a kill into our men, but
strong move.
The damage is going to be made on the top towers. Liquid are hanging around here.
Did GH spot that treant?
Bone with the optimistic arrow, not going to actually connect, but you will lose the tier 1, and now Bone needs to get out. Has got one more leak to work with, have to use it. The Malphite still stunning him up, and the shackle shot. No, he hits 2 heroes. GH gonna use a cold embrace, but it's more like Flash is saying, I need to escape and you need to die. It won't make a difference because a double kill for Miracle, and he is already godlike at 10 minutes in.
Oh my, 9-0-2.
Think about the gold you get if you kill. that's got to be your thought process right now.
That's a big if, my man.
It's the positives, right? It's MangoBay. That's got to be your thought right now.
What I'm thinking is that Garter needs to move now as well. Make space. Your Winter Wyvern has to get levels somewhere, anywhere. She's one of those heroes that can keep people off of towers. And I said before, she can turn around all of these right-clickers onto their own team. But she has no levels right now.
Oh, keep trying to move forward, and he doesn't have the levels yet either. He's not level 6. If he had an overgrowth here, this would do everything for a team that they need to reset.
he can find his farm somewhere, anywhere.
Oh, Horn coming in. They say it's worth for the kill on Kuroki. He won't get a chance to use the black hole because they act quick. And the Horn looking for more. Going to move on to mind control, but they don't have the damage. Will just TP out right under their nose.
So they get something in return there.
But I think you're right about the Wyvern, who has 700 net worth. That's a particularly low point for 11 minutes in. But more importantly, the XP disparity is there on the supports. And these are big supports for Liquid hitting 6.
Yes.
Wow.
We're gonna have a
Definitely
black
Enigma.
I mean, the Wind Ranger, it's mostly going to be more power shot damage.
Is under attack.
She's going to really want her level 10 soon, so she can never worry about her mana again and won't have to buy all these clarities to keep moving around.
That would definitely be a nice difference. I mean, he has gone for a second point in Shackle Shot as well, so you know what that is. We usually see Power Shot maxed out first, but I guess when you've landed this many Shackle Shots, you're like, okay, the value may actually be there, guys. Has he missed this? I don't know if he's maybe missed one.
Dire's
I
bottom tower
think he
is under attack.
missed one, yeah.
I wish we had tallies for this. Like, I remember the Light Strike arrays on Alina last night. Didn't miss a single one.
So, the Spectre is moving into Yasha, but I'm wondering if you wouldn't rather just go for a Blade Mail.
It's the well, we call it the ultimate recovery item, and
Yeah.
you can't be deceived here. You are in recovery on the side of MangoBay.
I think it goes to show that they want to not fight with him. They want to farm. They're going to trust in Faye's ability to find farm anywhere. And they'll buy time with these kinds of moves.
Well, Bone might be able to get a kill on GH, but the damage already done to the tower. Kuro still has the black hole available. The arrow is not going to connect.
Just the two
And
support.
Bone just gave himself away. The dust is going to hit on the 2, and Bone is a little bit deep here. Malphite's going to come out. Kuro decides not to use the black hole. They'll just run him down slowly, and Bone, he needs to get the hell out of dodge, but he won't be able to.
There's no
GH is
shackle.
waiting for the shackle shot opportunity. He's going to chase on the flash as well. This is a little bit greedy, but there it is. Shackle shot, slow him down. The power shot through Midnight Pulse. There's the Decrepify. Now the Winner's Curse coming out. Pugner oversteps the mark a bit. The Light Strike array will not connect, but the arrow will. Armin held here in place. He should die. There's no way to protect him. The Laguna gets rid of him. Flash getting low in the response. Kuroki can't get the kill. The Cold Embrace comes out. The black hole catching on the bones of the power shot through, and he's still got the screen in here as well. They're going to work the Eidolons. Bone 7. He stays on the high ground and lives, and the Leech Seed will heal him up even further. But much too close for comfort.
That took pretty much everything MangoBay had, though. And Miracle wasn't in the fight. I didn't see MC either.
Just getting freebies
Apparently
here.
no, yeah.
I mean, when a Weaver is diving you at your tier 3s, it doesn't even need to kill you here. It's just he's forcing you to use ultimates in those scenarios.
It is all about buying time. Those outer towers are falling over one by one.
Do you then, I was going to say, does Bone just go bot? Do you just force attention bot, right? That feels like the move you make as the dire side in this scenario.
Yes. They have been getting distracted on top here, especially because it is just the two supports, right? You really want to be able to do something about that. You just, you kill them, you punish them for their overconfidence, and then you go back to doing what you did before. But instead you get into these really messy fights because the supports are over-farmed and over-leveled, and you need to use all of your tools that you'd rather use for the follow-up on bot.
Okay, Midnight Pulse to break the trees. The Swarm's going to be there. They need to finish him quick, but he can't stay near the trees long enough to get a turn around. It's too late. The Yule's there on the Weaver, but Cube, damage might be done. No, the Light Strike array. They'll get him. Laguna. Miracle, he's dead. They get him, and Cube's going to survive. Kuroki won't be so lucky. Beautifully baited in by the tree and Protector.
So well done there. There is that overconfidence coming in.
Especially on a Weaver. It's the type of hero that can be punished like this.
So now we see, because Garter got a huge influx of money.
He did. He get a big lump of cheddar, and just after getting the Yules as well, which enables him to more or less kill anyone. So we're going to see GH in the top here. No way out. His Light Strike array timed nicely. Well, Shackle Shot buys him one more second, but gee, it's too late. He's down.
Top tower is under
Burn,
attack.
baby, burn.
And they might find more. Armin. Bone 7 is stalking him with the Moonlight. Can he get him? He's down to half HP.
Waiting
You don't
around
even
for
need
the
the
room.
arrow, actually. Oh, no, Armin! He sidesteps. He'll just walk it off. The leap's coming through. The Decrepify's there in the urn. Armin needs to turn around, use the life drain, and pick up the bounty and go to work, but it's too late. Bone does get the kill, but Armin gets both the bounties. Faye did get him on the other side of the
He's getting
map.
something out of it. He's getting something. But yeah, so here you're going to see Liquid can threaten that top racks. And they need to not let themselves get dragged into these scrappy fights where they lose people. They can always hit the reset button and force MangoBay back every single time because they have that access to the top lane. And MangoBay knows this. They've covered it with the vision. They have heroes ready to move back towards that lane. So now we see, does MangoBay play in their own vision, or do they go towards that bot lane? The Liquid wants to be first
Yeah,
again.
they're going to hide themselves from the potential vision as they are
Dire was
smoked up.
scanning, but they didn't quite hit it.
No, they skim around the side of it, and now they're prepping here. Flash, ready to defend this tier 1. But how much do you want to commit? Keep coming in from the side as well, has the overgrowth available, and Garda is on the hunt.
Radiant's top tower.
And Liquid were here before you.
Oh, GH, no, he's dusted. He's pings on the cube. That's to force him away, and that means they'll easily get this tower. Flash coming in, there's the winner's curse, onto the Pugna. Amen taking a lot of damage here. Shin just about die off. No, the final hit's enough. A miracle. Javo does use the one just in time. Yule's up in the air though. He needs to get the time lapse. He'll just about get it. Full HP, says thank you very much. The overgrowth's going to come out. The Conan Brace, the silence is there. The Gust, mind control now involved in the fight. Cube needs to move away quicker than this, and Garda is going to be left banged to right. He can't get out. Cube going to be chased down in the tree. No way out for him, and Flash is the cleanup crew coming out from Liquid one by one as MangoBay, the shackle shot.
That was very close.
That's intimidating. After all the shackle shots was in, you gotta be very
Rookie
panicky.
denies the tower on top.
Yeah.
But that's good trades for Liquid on both sides of the map.
That's the other thing. That was all of MangoBay's big armors being blown there.
Yes.
Other than the horn. Meanwhile, they didn't even need an Enigma.
Arman, and we know that Arman is the guy that they'll happily sacrifice in order to get the turnaround after. That's the Miracle could kind of lucky on getting the time lapse off there at all.
Yeah, that was a
tiny
great
little
one.
bit.
The wand, though, he been saving up for those one charges. He's been putting all his coins in his piggy bank. Been waiting for the new big toy in the mall to come out.
Well, all of his damage is up right now. He's got a diffuse already, and he's gonna hit that next silencer. I imagine he's gonna just get even more mana burnout.
The biggest concern he's got right now is Alina, but what I like that is done here is with the XP gain, he knows he's going to gain good stats. And typically, I think the biggest thing we worry about is when we see a Weaver go too quickly into a defensive item like a Lincoln's. He's going for it now, but he's got so much damage.
Yeah, there's no risk of him falling off just because he can't hit hard enough right now. But Faye is catching up. Like those couple scrappy fights on top cost Liquid a lot of tempo. They're still only 2k ahead, which is the same advantage as they had like 5 minutes ago.
Well, this will fix it. They get the Roche. They have got a sentry down. Last time a Treant Protector was in a game against them, they made a mistake, and they won't do this time. The ping's already come on. The Moonlight Shadow's been used. They do see this from Bone and Cube. Trying to move aside. They do have the Winter's Curse available. Flash, what's the target there? Miracle's just hiding. They know what's going on here.
I want to see.
Oh, they just put down a ward. Miracle says, thank you very much. Extra gold. Don't even have to go farm creeps. The gold comes to me.
But Liquid does withdraw for now. They fear this team fight potential.
Yeah. They've got to be worryful about this, right? Don't get me wrong, Enigma, very strong with the black holes, but it's the layers MangoBay have, the Winter's Curse, the Horn, the Overgrowth, the Anarchy factor is huge here.
And right now MangoBay is actually playing the kind of game you want to play with Spectre, which is Spectre's getting left alone on the bot lane, farming up. We do see Miracle moving over now, though.
Dire's top tower is
Well,
under attack.
this is the thing. If you show here's the Weaver, there's going to be a Horn. They could actually look for a move on the other side of the map as MangoBay.
Weaver knows he's here now. Stalking his braver. Yeah, Faye decided that this is
It's not worth the risk. Like
getting out.
we're just saying about the Horn, but if you actually look at MangoBay, they're so paranoid about the Roche pit, they're not even going on the hunt.
Yes. Well, but they could farm the jungle over there. Bone is recovering as well. Faye wasted a lot of Miracle's time there. So if you're MangoBay, this was a very good outcome. But if you're Liquid, you have to go hunt for that Spectre as well.
I like that it's Spectre playing there right now as well, because we said we would have liked Sim Bone down there, but now Spectre's at a point where the other four are becoming self-sufficient. They can go looking for kills. And I think that's the right move, right? In this scenario, you just clump up, go hunting as four. You know Spectre can join you at any point. You've got your kill items on, for example, the Lina.
And you have the team fight, so as long as you don't get picked off one by one.
Oh, mind control? You mean you were just saying picked off one by one? The TPs are coming in, the Haunt's there, the arrow connect, and mind control, he's just going to go Dunzo. The shackle shot will not protect him. Kiro does have the black hole, but
In with it.
are they?
Come up with their lane.
I was
They
gonna
can
say,
buy back.
yeah, and Mango is stacking 2 and 2s.
When MC buys back,
Oh no. The high ground, the shackle shots there. They don't even need the black hole for this. They'll just wipe them both out. The supports are dead. Double kill for Armen. The buyback on mind control, and straight into the Roche pit they go.
what I wanted to say is just that as soon as he buys back, he's in there because the tier 1 mid is still up. Most valuable tower in the game, tier 1 mid for Radiant. I'm fully convinced. And next to that, he immediately gives the damage to his team again. I have seen Liquid buy back on Drow Rangers to take Raxes when there was no chance at all to actually get the Drow in the fight. It's just all about that aura damage.
And you said it yourself. You like to refer to that area that they walked up into blindly as Mordor, and you feel confident. This is your side of the map. But Liquid, these movements around the back of the enemies, and another movement. Faye, Moonlight Shadow's going to come out. Is that out of mana? Is he out of time? He's going to stay on the high ground, but the Swarm sees him perfectly. They stick down a sentry to clean up the kill. And that is your Spectre dead for 45 seconds, I'll have you know. And now this lineup hits towers pretty hard, pretty fast.
No buyback haunt either.
Well, Bone's pushing in top, though.
Yes, but they're not. He's
gonna
not
force him back.
threatening Rex.
Yeah,
Liquid is not gonna fall for that.
No,
and they know.
This is a tier 1 team. They know what they're talking about. Oh, they're baiting with the core. This buys you valuable 2 seconds. It's crucial.
Hey, you never actually know.
Get rid of the catbot at least. That's going to slow down Miracle a little bit. Light Strike Array is there. They can probably pop him once. The Laguna. Now GH moving in the Shackle Shot. Connecting on the creep. The Crab Fighter protect. Life Drain covering. The Overgrowth is good. The Winter's Curse in the back, but they're stacking their ults though. This is the problem. On the side, GH, he's going to go down. So Light Strike Array doesn't connect. Miracle moving through. We'll be able to clean up 1 kill. The buyback comes out straight away on Flash though. The racks are still standing. And that feels like almost as good as it possibly could have got for MangoBay.
And it required some effort from GH as well, because he moved over to the side in order to split up the ability of MangoBay to follow up to that ult. They know that if they get caught in that chain of just devastating ultimates, that they could lose a lot more than just their pause for Wind Ranger.
And this is part of the thing about the Drow, is it means that everyone on Liquid was lethal there. That's why we saw the Winter's Curse and the Overgrowth used at the same time. People go, oh, that's inefficient. You're not going to be able to hit the person with the Winter's Curse. You don't have a choice there. You need to just choose one person on Liquid and then flip them one by one by one. And they did it perfectly there. Getting rid of the Weaver was the sure shot.
Yes. Aegis is down. Liquid is not going to have any mercy on your shrines, and now your map control is done. So those cheeky little pushes, something that Bone was doing before on the top lane, for example, is going to become even harder because you don't have easy ways to TP out into the field anymore at all.
Do you think the move for MangoBay is to smoke up, move into the Radiant jungle, and look for a push on the tier 1? Because that tier 1's still standing. You don't need to do it right now because Roche is down for a while, but if next Roche is up and that's still standing, that's pretty damning.
Yes. I am honestly not sure. Like the tower that I'd want to see them get rid of the most is that tier 1 mid, because that enables by TPs all of this Liquid reaction. The speed. They can come in so fast.
Garda's in trouble. Mind Control, he sidesteps the Light Strike Array. There's going to be Moonlight Shadow coming out there in full retreat, but Faye went deep. This is not how this works. He needs to get out, and the Moonlight Shadow will cover him as he makes his escape. But you just use your horn.
Haunt down.
Completely defensively. Miracle.
Miracle.
Gonna find the kill in the cube. They reveal him. They even have a little bit of celebration dust for him. The life drain's gonna be there. The final hit with the touch. At least Bone 7 did farm up a creep on the way though.
He still has a buyback.
Might be forced to use. I don't even know. Like, what do you do with that buyback without Overgrowth here?
Honestly, you're asking me about what goals do you set as MangoBay here, but the goal is don't lose your pace.
Oh, Winter's Curse coming out. They use the power of Miracle against his own team. Armen dies the Miracle again for the second time. He's got good Gust. It's huge. The Laguna, they'll get the kill. No, the Black Hole coming out. Connected on 2. The Light Strike Rate interrupts Kuroki, but damage might be done. They've lost Bone already. Faye, he might fall to Mind Control. No one is dealing with this Drow. The TP was interrupted. The Shackle Shot for GH. He does it again. And Garda, Light Strike Rate out. The buyback's coming in from Bone 7. They might turn around and find the kill under Mind Control. He's dead. Double kill for Bone, and on the hunt for more because he knows GH is trying to make his escape. The arrow does get dodged. He needs 5 seconds for the Blink Dagger, and he should be able to find it here.
GH was so instrumental there in the follow-up to the Winter's Curse already. He shackled 2 people together on the side and prevented so much damage from being done.
GH has been incremental with shackle shots through the game so far, though.
And this just goes to show how much artistry is needed to keep this fragile lineup of Liquids together.
It's like watching a fine dance, you know, figurine skating, right?
Yeah.
One wrong move and you break an ankle.
Once again, MangoBay sort of hold. They pay the price, but they slow Liquid down. And Faye is going to get to some point where you can't just ignore him anymore.
Well, that's the thing. There's certain, there are certain heroes you can make this excuse, and it's not an excuse. It's a good reasoning because the Spectre, that's one of them. Things like Spectre, Void, PL. If you can just buy them time, you know they'll deliver. And you look at Liquid's lineup. I don't know about you. I'm a bit concerned because Drow, yeah, that can be very strong late game, but not when you're against the Spectre. That's an immediate counter in the late game.
So Liquid's balancing on a very wobbly tightrope.
They're going to slow it
It is a
down.
balancing act.
They need to slow it down as well until the next Roche is up. That could be pretty definitive here, actually, for both teams.
I don't think they can afford to.
Cute. Dust does reveal, and the Moonlight Shadow was used, but GH, he has no shackle shot target. He says, I like my ganks on people in groups of 2.
If you keep... If you give MangoBay the space here, they're not going to be making mistakes. You want to keep the pressure up because that gives you the opportunity. There's a Lincoln Sphere for the Weaver. They can go again.
And, well, they have to. And Liquid is so overly committed to this mid lane that actually Wyvern just keeping top pushed out all times. You only have one gain you can get here. It was Bone 7 before, but now they just relegated this job to their support.
Winter Wyvern is great for this job because she has a bit of an escape as well. Hard to bring down. Are you really going to send someone to deal with the enemy +5? Are you?
Nah, that's just shaking our heads right now.
She's still sitting there, and that is the price you pay. She is going to pressure that lane, so you're not getting top lane anytime soon. She is getting farm.
It's true. Actually, you look at net worth compared to the start of this game. This is impressive. Before, she was sitting at 600 gold when she should have had double.
And having a creep wave pushed in, by the way, is not just lost farm or lost map control. A creep wave is also vision. So you're not seeing anything on that side of the map at all, because your creeps are not moving in.
So, movement for Liquid next. Is it that mid lane? Oh, it might be the kill on the cube. That might be a good start. GH didn't get the opportunity to shackle shot as he got just out of range of that sentry with the Nature's Guides.
You can see he's careful. He's not moving up to that high ground, even though there was nobody there in this case. But he knows that he can't risk it.
I think the difference for Liquid this time around is before they had that Visage. The Visage used to give them this complete different dynamic to push in base. It was the push by proxy. The Venno as well. Pugno's great.
And 2 tanky heroes.
That's true. But I was going to say, the Pugno is great, but the problem is, anytime you walk up, you're putting yourself at risk against Alina here.
Yes, and they've been dropping those Winter's Curses on him with glee.
Especially if they see the Weaver nearby.
Yes.
You just kind of imagine Miracles there, like, I can't, I have no control. And Armin's just like, just do it. Make it a quick death.
Well, if you drop it on either of the other ones, you only have 1 DPS hero hitting into them. But if you drop it on the Pugna, he's got both of the heavy hitters.
I just like
smacking into him.
Just love this idea of if just Miracle's just there screaming at mind control. It's like, turn off the aura. It's like, I can't. There's no off button for this.
You can backpack some of your damage items.
I would happily. No, I love that. It's genius. It's next level. I mean, remember we had
people do that.
Yeah, on one of the previous days we were talking about, we had a guy hide his wards in the tree line and make it look like he was warded.
No, if you're Winter Scourge, just flip your damage items.
Miracle. This can work against him if he's not careful. When you pick up a DD like this, you feel pretty powerful, but he's paying so much attention. The arrow on the back foot can connect on the mind control. They find him. It won't make any difference. GH can't get the shackle shot out. They get the kill on the mind control. Kuroki needs to move away. The Haunt's going to be there. Moving across. The Overgrowth comes out. Pugno in a little bit of trouble. Armen. Life drain. It won't matter. Gets hit by the Light Strike Array. Stunned up on the spot. They just fire and forget. They move on. They want more. The Black Hole. He can't get it off. Kuroki interrupted by the Yules. He's going to die as well. Double kill for Bone 7. And they will just have to run for the high hill. GH pushing him mid a little bit, but a convincing victory in that fight from MangoBay.
GH was not in that fight. I feel like their split was wrong there. If you have Miracle, who was just chasing after people on the mid lane, hitting that Rax, and then GH in the fight up top, where he can actually disable and keep people off of his course, that would have looked way different. But he's not there.
Did it feel? It felt like Miracle was rushing them, and actually he's going to rush for a kill. Guard here, the shackle shot. This is the important one to find it. I'll get the kill. Living armor won't change the outcome, and Miracle will be able to move away in 2 seconds with his Shikuchi. Just going to mock Faye on the way out.
This is very unexpected.
Actually, Faye needs to be careful here. He's got backup. If he's not careful, he could just disappear in the blink of an eye.
But it is actually MangoBay who hold the gold advantage on their cores now.
But I like how that reset Liquid. You kind of, I don't know about you, but I said about that DD pickup on the Weaver. I was like, he's going to do something silly with this because you're a hero like that. You're like, I can kill anyone. But the problem was they then had to run mind control in as a backup first.
Oh, yeah.
But this is smarter. This time around, someone will have an Aegis. So if they die, it's not be all end all.
They kept up the pressure until the Roche. They get that pick off on Alina just there, which really emboldens them to actually go take it. And push them back. Because you can ignore the Weaver if he's just running around and you're picking off the people around him. You cannot ignore the Weaver if he's hitting your buildings.
Well, we often have said before, Garda can be very decisive in these games. He's one of those type of players. He likes these kind of pick-off orientated cores. And I said it emboldens them because that is the panic mode for Liquid right now as they think about their lineup and any one of them could disappear to the combo from the Lina.
Yep. And I don't think any of them are building any BKBs right now either. So that Light Strike Ray is always going to do it. I mean, why would you buy a BKB? There's so much that goes through it.
Well, it's also like, why would you buy a BKB when you feel so far ahead? We do see teams...
I don't think they feel far ahead. I think Liquid is one of the teams that knows exactly, and you've been seeing it in the way that GH moves, for example. This is a fragile lead. This is something that I talked about people. You are not as far ahead as you think you are. You need to be this far ahead in order to win the game. You are equal right now.
Do you feel
if
it
you
was...
drop
cute?
anything...
Well, that's an easy overgrowth. I was just going to say, because it's important to this forward, do you think that they feel that way before the mid lane push?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see it in their maneuvering. And
they just learn it definitely there. Armen just disappears in a blink of an eye. So, and this is another thing, that's when Liquid has the Aegis.
Is not with his team again. It must be a deliberate decision then. Are they having him farm up? Are they looking for him to snipe a tower or the Rex here?
He's got a Meteor Hammer actually, so
he is split pushing. It is happening. They are shifting gears.
Miracle needs to be careful here. The pings are coming out. He's like, no, there's definitely a trait around it. But this is the kind of difference you get when one team has an invis hero, a permanently invis hero. This point in the game, the Scout and Vision, when you have a pick-off lineup that has the likes of the Lina and the Spectrin, is the kind of presence is amplified.
Yes, it's like having a Nyx Invoker.
Exactly. I mean, you know,
you can always kill people anywhere.
We've seen plenty of Nyx before.
So Liquid, as I said before, they know they're in trouble. Otherwise, you don't make that gear shift. So they are going to be in distraction mode again on this top lane, and they're going to leverage GH to deal damage to buildings.
They just used the horn. Miracle just walk it off. They're looking for a target. Mind control. That's the prime one, though. He's moving away. He's got the gem. He has got the cheese. He needs to stay alive, but he needs to be careful. Does have to eat it in the end, as he's not going to leave it to RNG to stay alive. The black hole coming out, though. Bone stabbing a prime target. The Yule's buying him a lot of time, but not enough. The gust is there, and he's going to fall. He will take... No, he doesn't take Kuroki with the Decrepify. Just in time from Armen. And Miracle, he's on the hunt. They're going to find Flash as well. The Shackle shot doesn't connect, but it won't make any difference. This is not a tanky Wyvern. And that is the entrance to the base that they've been waiting for.
There's a buyback onto Bone, though.
He's going to have to commit it. You can't be dead for 80 seconds here. And Keep on the back foot does have the overgrowth, though. And they find him, though, with a gem. Mind control sees everything.
But look at Liquid splitting. They do not want to get caught in one of those turnaround ultimates. They are prepared to throw heroes at this now. Saying, all right, you pick off one of us, we're going to be dealing damage somewhere, anywhere. And that's not a dominant move, right? It's not something you do if you feel you can just grab this game and take it for your own. It is the careful move. It is a trading move. They're trading.
GH, this kind of benefit of the Meteor Hammer. You can, of course, set up from the Shackle shot to get kills with it, but you can also just push objectives. And Garda needs to be careful here. Miracle moving forward. The use is there, but do you really want to use it here? You'll be forced to. The buyback comes out. The arrow won't connect. Miracle just sidestep it, turn around the heal, gets it on the Garda, gets the kill, gets the time lapse, and moves away here. And, well, you did just buy back on Bone. You don't get anything out of it just yet, and your Lina is still dead for 30 seconds. You don't want to buy back with such a low cooldown. Luckily for them, Liquid with this split push, they can't easily force it.
This is very tense. Liquid have to play this really well.
I mean, Liquid's only really committing 2 heroes to Vision at any given time. And this completely changes the way MangoBay have to approach any jump on one of those two.
They're actually backing off.
It's kind of like, you just imagine them watching this replay back and going, what? Liquid? Their backup is actually quite far away.
Yes. One of the things you need to do when you're choking a team out is if you are only on the lanes, you're trading farms 50-50. You have to keep people back and away in order to actually accelerate your farm advantage instead of just holding it steady. If you want to choke 3 lanes, then be my guest, but your goal needs to be to do that for 5 minutes so that the enemy's outer vision is gone. And then you can move into that farm pattern. But don't think that they're getting behind in farm just because you're pushing all 3 waves in. No, you're just delivering the farm to their doorstep.
Well, look at this right now. The focus is on the progression of the Spectre. Sitting 3rd on the net worth. Is getting up there now. Item-wise, going for the heart and almost there. And that could be a really big turning point. It's not the same level as a PL heart pickup. But...
Well, the dispersion, man.
Exactly.
The dispersion.
GH going forward. This is a little bit bold. They were waiting. Going to move across. Spirit Vessel's there. GH will be able to move away. The gust. No trees for Cube. Here needs to be careful. The arrow won't connect on anyone. They're going to move forward. But he is invis with the Glimmer Cape. They even use the Moonlight Shadow. They cannot lose this tree. Those overgrowth roots are too important to defend in your base.
Both teams are so aware of each other's potential to turn around. This is a game of positioning. And MangoBay has the advantage there because they have these heroes with...
Cube got found. He just used the overgrowth to time lapse. Miracle going to move away before the arrow can connect. They'll just turn around and finish off this big fat tree. Man, he drops the ward and just baits in Garda here. Needs to be careful and get the hell out of here before it's too late. The shackle shot, bone! He gets found! There's going to be Light Strike Array, but so tanky on the Weaver, they can't get room quick enough. We'll be able to Shikuchi this off. Going to move away. The buyback was coming out there. The Horn forward, he's looking for a target, but Spectre just trying to confuse him. He doesn't have a Prime 1. Bone still low on HP, needs to be careful because Miracle's looking for the shackle shot's going to come out. They'll be able to find the kill on the Weaver. The Light Strike Array, can they get Miracle with the missed chances? He's going to stay alive and move away. Garda with the BKB. He's only got half duration left. He needs to get the hell out of it, but the Yules is going to be there. If Spectre goes down, this could be all over. Armin trying to move forward. Does hit with the Grabify. Doesn't have the means to use the life drain. Still on cooldown. Garda though, he needs to get on the high ground with the rest of his team in safety. And he will get away. 4 stuffs galore to get him there.
Positioning. The Winter Wyvern went just a tad bit too far. They saved Bone there, which is huge because...
Well, he committed his buyback, yeah. But the problem is now you got no Horn. You got no overgrowth. You need to be very careful. You might actually have to give over a little something to the side of Liquid here. And Kuroki, he still has the black hole. Meanwhile, the top, Miracle has the split push.
No matter what you do, you're making a losing trade. Liquid is brilliant at that game.
That's true. And this is one of the things a lot of teams say they worry about with Liquid is the later you go. You do have this Spectre. But no, I'm not going to finish that point because it might be wrong. Miracle needs to get out of here. Should be fine. No, the Light Strike Array. Got him. The arrow. He gets him.
That is beautiful.
But in the bot lane, you are going to lose racks by the looks of it. So payback's going to be had. The shackle shot's there. There's no overgrowth coming out. Cube's dead for 70 seconds. No buyback available.
And they're still holding on to the black hole, aren't they?
They are. This is the insurance policy. They know the moment they use it, MangoBay just flood them. Kuroki needs to be careful on the side. The 4-staff down. Garda is just hunting in here. The Yule's going to be there. Shackle shot, forcing out the BKB. Garda, Light Strike Array. No, he gets it just in time. The Grabify to protect up the Enigma. He's getting low. The Witness Curse coming out. They need to get away with the life drain. Armin says this guy is too damn important to let die. Light Strike Array again. He can't get the Black Howl to Grabify to buy more time. They need to get him out before he falls here, but no, slowing down on the Spectre. Trying to move away. The Cold Embrace to heal up the Spec. Garda's still chasing forward. Kuroki will be protected. Armin, he is the medic of this team. No man left behind. No man dies. Except Miracle. That was his choice, though. He went split pushing.
Yeah, that was such a brilliant move by Garda, really. He knew where that bug was going to be, and they blow him to smithereens.
And we were just saying, oh no, we're going to pause what we were saying because that's going to be a very deadly in the Cold Embrace, going to buy some time. But the stance is there. He doesn't have BKB for 20 seconds. Needs to go. The Horn's going to come out. They're going to cut the back line, trying to get on the mind control. Slow down. Going to turn around to Kuroki. He doesn't have the mana for the black hole. And if they get him, they will flood this entire fight. Kuroki's still being chased down onto, but the Crimson Guard doing a lot of work. GH's going to show up. The mana dodge out before the shackle shot can even be thrown. But the Windrunner's going to slow him down. Kuroki will still fall. Double kill for Garda as he actually gets the final touch.
And RMN died somewhere in that as well.
In the trees, you know, he's the medic, okay? He's the one who's not meant to make it out. I don't know who's going to heal everyone at base. Probably, I guess the Fountain's the ultimate medic here.
Hey, MangoBay is taking structural damage, but they're holding.
They are, and that's really important here. There's no full lane been taken yet. And oh no, the overgrowth gets fluffed. GH, the dust too late because he got that wind run talent.
Man, oh man.
Well, that's one way to use your first wind. Well, that's the second wind run invis. That's though a little bit bold from Cube to hope for that.
Invisibility on both sides, and I don't think we've seen a gem picked up on either.
There's so much dead Wyvern meat. Well, we did see the gem, mind control.
Gem on MC. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I forgot about that because Drow is not normally your gem carrier, but to be fair, your offlaner is normally your gem carrier. So.
You know what it was? It was probably that moment. You remember top where Miracle had the DD?
Yeah.
And he died. He's like, the only reason he died there is because he couldn't see all the invis heroes around him. He said, never again, Miracle. I'll follow you to the end of the earth, I believe.
Where is that gem? I see Scriff looking for it, but where is that gem?
Find us some jewelry, Scriff, all right? Only in Sweden.
Because we know there was a gem, but it's not...
No one's... It's not in the... Is it in the diaphragm? There it is.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, got it. Okay.
And then I guess the brilliant move that I was crediting him for before, he could actually see him because they'd gotten the gem moved over before. You know, I'm gonna believe that he did it blind. I believe in Guardian.
Wink. But there you go. That's going to be a refresh shot this time. Now that insurance policy, can Kuroki use it this time around? This would be very nice to see.
He is so farmed.
You know what's going to probably happen? We're going to get into a fight, and because he's been holding up for the insurance policy, Kuroki will forget how his index finger works. He won't hit R, or maybe he's doing legacy keybinds. He won't use his black hole.
Miracle back off the top. And
this is
the big farm difference we saw just now was that the supports of Liquid are way more farmed than the supports of MangoBay, who are like ultimates. And that's
top, they found Miracle here, the Laguna. No, he gets the time lapse just in time, but so close. He needs to be careful. Now, Cube's going to die in return. Dead for 50 seconds. They're not going to invade too quickly. Liquid say, we've got a little bit of time. But Miracle will go back in, just pokes the buildings, and Garter knows he can't contend with this alone.
You see that yellow arrow moving to bottom.
Yeah, you do. T8.
Going to get
you sneaky
a good
devil.
trade, no matter what.
And yep, Focus Fire commit. They have to, of course, because there is that tree and it will eventually be up the living up. GH, Diffuser hits on him. The Andesk is going to proc, and he'll use the Wind Run to run away in Viz. Garter just trying to slow this down the top. Kuroki's still pretty tanky, and Miracle intimidates just by using Shikuchi a little bit. Glyph comes out. They need to stop this right now. These guys hit particularly hard with the Drow.
Kuroki. GH is going to come right back in.
I'm pretty sure Faye's going to get him dropped by Shaksha on the bot lane. That's what GH is looking for, so there's no horn interruption. Miracle just cutting through buildings here, though. One by one. He's like, next, next, next. Oh, a kill on the Wyvern next. The Winner's Curse comes out. You haven't got the damage to follow us up there. And stance on the Mirana means she cannot use the arrow. And in fact, it will mean both Seven's dead. Buyback comes out, 110 seconds. The Horn's going to come in here. The Light Strike Rate does connect on the Enigma. They're trying to force stuff him out. He hasn't got the black hole out yet. The Gust, the turnaround, they might actually have the opportunity to finally throw one if they want to, but Mind Control being chased onto. Kuroki, patience being had here. Light Strike Rate, they're going to find him. Laguna down. Mind Control on his own against the wind here. Needs to get out. They crept to cover him as he makes his escape. Armen just doing all the work he can. Eats the cheese. Mind Control cannot dodge out the Light Strike Rate with the mana. Stunned up. Garter trying to go up, but no Laguna to work with. Mind Control going to keep moving, but Faye stays on top at all given times. Miracle does get the kill on the Bone 7. And in the meantime, Lina just being chased onto here. GH, you are so intimidated by this past 4 Wind Ranger. Faye, he's been left. His team could not support him any longer. Mind Control, the patience, the time had, a Miracle even finding a kill on the tree in the top lane.
Only one building left.
Not for long. GH Focus Fires off cooldown. He says, let's go again. Kuroki has the black hole. He finds 2. He gets the leader. This is the big kills he's been looking for. Ultra kill for Miracle. Let him have that rampage. Moving across right now. He wants the final touch. They'll give it over. Rampage for Miracle. And that should be game. The refresher shot being used in celebration with Kuroki. GG, well played. And it looks like Liquid are going to be coming to Sweden.
My, oh my, oh my. This is Liquid as I like to see them, making these business decisions, saying we could let this game slip here right now if we play selfishly, if we try to give Miracle backup on that top lane, if we do not put that Wind Ranger on. Like, they started split pushing so early. There's so many teams that I know of that would just go in for it because, like, we have the advantage, we just hit their buildings. And then you get all of these turnaround ults on your face, and it'll get turned around on them. And it just didn't happen. But it was so close. It was so close.
No, it was.
MangoBay held and held and held, and they made Liquid sweat bullets.
And that's the thing, right? That final black hole might seem like a consolation prize. That one was very important still because Garter's damage output was enough to potentially push them out of the base again.
And they had a building left. And the thing is, if you have only one building left, you can't get split up anymore like that because
you have a primary focus.
They kept getting their attention divided, and it's so hard for a captain to shot call their way through this, by the way. They kept getting their attention divided between killing the heroes, defending the buildings, killing the heroes, defending the buildings. You move in on top, they're going to move in on bot, and the other way around. But if you have only one building left, it simplifies things. There's only one place where they're going to be, and there's only one place where you're going to be.
But that was the primary focus. Remember, like, I like to, let's say it's a lot because I think it's an important thing. Taking the mid lane first is a huge advantage because then you can just pull the enemy back and forth, and it's a long walk between top and bottom in your own base, and that made all the difference there. They didn't focus on mid. They knew they needed to stick Weaver one side, they stick the Wind Ranger the other with her Media Hammer.
Brilliant choice, by the way.
And the thing I want to hit on is, like we said, the spec if this goes late enough, very strong looking for MangoBay. But Liquid, you can't actually underestimate this variable factor. As a lot of teams say, if there's any team that they do not want to have to deal with late game, it's Liquid. And it's because late game, one mistake can cost you everything. And if there's one team that makes the least mistakes, it's Liquid. They're renowned for this.
Yeah. And I want to say that RMN really switched up well there. Because before, he was getting these Winter's Curses on his head and he was getting DPS down. And now he's stuck more to the backlines and he did the medic thing. Kuroki living with like 3 decraps and then 2 life drains, everything just to...
Both teams respected it so much as well. Like, the importance of Kuroki just being alive changed the entire way. Well, you could never see MangoBay commit too heavily into a fight.
They didn't have a frontliner, but if you keep that Enigma buffed up, he is going to soak up damage like he is a frontliner. And they know they still have to go on him. It's a puzzle that you can't just solve in the moment unless you can bring the same kind of quality into play as Liquid has. And in the end, those players are still at the top of the world.
Do you know what is quality, though? Our predictions. 100% prediction rate so far today?
So far.
So far? We'll commit to it.
I have given up my ambitions of catching up.
10, all right? Just get them all wrong now, and you can say you've done it for the mean value of being on Season 10 and matching up with the current event. But guys,
not my style.
There's actually more action to come. How do you feel about Juggernauts?
Juggernauts? I think that it's impressive if you can make them work.
Who do you think could make it work? Would it be BSJ?
I have heard that this man plays a very mean Juggernaut.
Oh, that would be nice to see a little...
Are you telling me? Can I?
Well, you see, this would be ideal, because the great thing that would happen if Brian did keep... BSJ went through and came here to Sweden is, of course, he does casting work, so we'd have a backup caster as well. So we'll see if they can keep the dream alive.
Are you telling him he's not going to get very far if he ends up here?
I'm sorry, BSJ. That was not the intention. I meant you have backup options, all right? But believe in yourself, because next up, you're going to be seeing Runes versus Team Zolotl. This is an elimination game. Whoever wins this will go through to the lower bracket final, where 2 teams will be facing off for a chance to make it here. Because obviously 2 teams come in from NA, and who's waiting for them down there? Team, of course. Yeah, the Ix Mike stack. Hopefully, if he needs a bathroom break, he doesn't have to use a bottle this time. But we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Runes versus Team Zolotl.